Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe. I am Luke. Today I am GMing Upsilon Transcending in GURPS 4th edition. Usual suspects are all here. We have got Z-Warrior. Oh, that shows me, doesn't it?
You didn't even realize he wasn't in the room with us?
He's not in the room with us even. Wow.
No.
Why
No.
did you let me start the game? You should have get a load of this. They were all like, "Oh, are we ready? Are we going?"
Yeah, we said we're ready, and the whole point of having this many number of players is if we're missing one, it's not the end of the world.
But you'd let me go ahead and start with... Oh, and I just moved to a different room so they can't even hear me. Yeah, so angry you got me switching rooms.
And a Z-Warrior. And now we got everyone.
Best intro ever.
We're back to square one. Let's try again.
Well, today we have Z-Warrior.
Professionals. With us today we have Z-Warrior.
He didn't take the prompt from you, plebes.
With us today we have Z-Warrior.
No.
Maybe we end on Z-Warrior because he seems to be having problems.
Yeah, so far you've heard Tara, James, Everoth, Lee, and Jared's coming up.
I finally connected.
He finally connected. We've got Z-Warrior.
Yay!
I think that's good enough for me.
I think that counts as an intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time, well, you were out doing last-minute Saturnalia shopping, generally enjoying not having to go to a bunch of lectures and seminars every day, except for the weekend. Do they have weekends here? I'd hope so. I imagine they're 4 days long.
That means longer weekends?
And whilst, yes, a 4-day weekend is longer.
It's kind of excessive.
They had a 7-day one, but that weren't working out. But as the evening were winding down for you, something happened that normally only goes on once a year. The emergency broadcast system began playing, and it seemed to not be a test. As you were about to get your sends off the streets, where you saw that a crowd had been forming and kicking the crap out of someone, when suddenly out of the sky appeared one of the emergency response team workers, dazed, confused. Lucius possessed him. Found himself possessed by whatever was growing on this guy's neck, along with all the other nutters. Got into a bit of a scuffle with him. Ended up taking them all back to Lily's house. Necks mostly destroyed. And we kind of left it last week with Sigrid jumping off the balcony to go and get in more fights.
How could you all want to sit here while that's going on?
That's a good question. They're not very honourable. This is meant to be their homeland.
Not even just honorable, just kind of boring.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have a mixed drink here, and I'm sitting by the pool. It's like,
No, she's right. This sucks. I'm waiting for the police to show up, though.
This is just smoking a
Although
cigarette.
I don't think Sigrid said any of that because she is currently
That's fair.
picking herself up from the cement right now.
Peeling herself from. But I would like to start by looking at maybe a few of the hours that had just passed, but for Trent, and not from the viewpoint that we've already seen.
So a few hours before?
Yeah, I forgot what day it were, but I can check that by...
it was the 16th.
Correct. Wednesday, 16th December.
So which one should we do? We have the teacher one, probably doing some work review.
Bit of high school classes
Yeah.
still going on. This would be the last week of high school lessons, I think, before Saturnalia break. Although no, Saturnalia will be starting.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so it must have already closed. And Trent's technically on holiday from high school work at the minute, but he may be a nerd and still be marking kids' papers.
Probably. We followed the other one that was doing running errands. He had the groceries.
He'd been out to buy groceries and got caught up in that maelstrom, ended up getting teleported back to Lily's house.
Yeah, had to run for his life. Lost all the things he bought.
The other Trents aren't happy.
No.
Now they're in quarantine without snacks.
And we have 2 at Thingamajig.
Let's look at Thingamajig.
Okay. There's Trent Prime is there, and Trent number 2, or Trent 2. They were, right? This is the best. They were analyzing the claw machine, or the claw game, not the claw machine, the claw game.
Analyzing a game in your own office.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
So far, after fitting some other trains to the machine and using Sigrid a little bit, they managed to take about half of what he had.
Oh. Halfway down the loose random objects.
Yeah.
That's quite the haul.
And they calculate a couple more days, or if they could coerce Sigrid into playing a little bit more, they could get to the bottom of the stack. And preliminary tests indicate that at the bottom of the stack, there's something different, something of importance.
Gonna need to play
Of
more.
course, yeah. Trent already tried the brute force approach, breaking the thing, but upon destruction, it seems to lose all of its contents. They disappear.
Ooh.
And then a period of 24 hours has to go by before it repopulates. And then it goes back to, square zero. And you have to start the game over.
Oh. Do not... yeah, I can see why you didn't want Sigrid to bust it last time.
Yeah. You lose some precious progress there.
Yep, not resetting this level, mate. Not after I lost that customer last week. Okay. It seems like there's probably not too much exciting that we'd see Trent get up to, at least from an outsider's perspective looking in at the moment.
No.
We should hold off until you can lure Sigrid back there.
Okay.
In the Dunning apartment, however, there's quite a few people holed up. And the most tense period of this 24-hour lockdown will be the first 12 hours overnight. Kind of from 7 to 8 p.m. when you arrived until just after dawn the next morning.
Lily is enjoying her viewing party, keeping an eye on everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
there's a lot to see. News is sporadic and poor coverage at best, and is
That's
reserved
unfortunate.
for public announcement telling people which zones of the island are especially scary and where people need to seek shelter immediately, which is technically everywhere for most of the period.
Is there an official line of what's going on?
A large-scale coordinated attack on several locations around the island.
Oh.
Potentially military-backed.
Cool.
Out of nowhere. Very cool. It seems to have
I
been
can't-
focused around the research center, though, most of the fighting.
Are the Dunnings playing with the brain slugs we brought?
Surely they're
'Cause that could
concerned
be
about
fun
the
to
fact
watch.
they just jumped out of the window again.
What was that, sorry?
Left off right after she jumped off out the window.
We did. That's where we closed down, but we figured Sigrid would fight until she died and then carry on fighting when she got back up.
So presumably we did make an effort to recover her, and she got away.
Yeah. She managed to hide from Lily once. I could see her doing it again. And Lily's got a lot to be watching right now.
After the first time, I stopped caring.
That were right.
Should be fine.
Like, I actually failed my observation, so I think I'm getting drunk on the patio.
Lockdown party. Well, Mila would disappear. All those folks wouldn't be in her office. They'd have been taken downstairs to one of the high-grade medical labs that are in this building. There's a lot of staff locked down as well. Most of them working the normal shifts anyway. And these people are being treated by Mila. After about an hour, she comes back and checks in on everyone and makes sure you're all alright. Ray's not left. She's been
Ray's
watching the news.
She's just down here on
Yeah.
the map.
I think we're doing okay. Were you going to do anything with those bugs?
We've got them in secure storage at the minute. They're strange. I've not seen anything like them before.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are still alive. We've not been able to remove all of them. They're quite
they
well
felt like
attached.
They felt like some kind of like alien fabricated like mind control thing. Which is weird because I'm not seeing anything about that on the TV.
Correct. There has been nothing mentioned on the TV about any kind of mind-controlled people with neck growths.
What are they saying on the news?
Just to seek shelter, that there are armed people still at large on the island, that there have been at least 24 deaths so far, half of which are attackers. Which is raising a lot of questions for the newscasters as well. Who are like, how did the attackers die?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ordinary TV is always lame.
Trent knows about that. Lamest thingamajig ever, if you get that one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this one's gonna be sick, pal. Look at it. It's like got skulls on it and shit. Like, wrong. That's very cryptic, I'm sure. Well, that's interesting. Mind control, you say?
I think so. Yeah.
Right. It's clearly some kind of parasite that could be
Mhm.
useful.
And it was making them do things. And she sort of looks over at Trent.
Yeah, I imagine so. I was kind of busy running for my life.
Mhm. Sorry, yeah, but
Lucius, just never mind. Go on.
no, go ahead.
I was going to say that he was just going to stay silent, smoking as he tries to put everything together. So he's just going to not say much for a long time.
Mm-hmm. You did say at the end of last session that you wanted to explain the things you'd learned. Is that still the case?
Yes,
I-
from my stance.
Rightio. Ever?
I thought that it would be best not to say much about that topic for Lucius' sake.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine too.
But I'm not sure if it would be bad also to say nothing about the thing. But,
Quite the dilemma you find yourself in.
yes. But I remember you saying that I would be able to say something at least without complicating things. Would that still be possible?
Trying to remember.
You could certainly ask leading questions, given that you know Audrey was looking into their minds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I noticed Audrey, as I am only able to focus on the target.
She's been saying out loud that she was reading the minds of the things.
Yeah.
Then that's probably generating him more stress, as he thinks that you might just outright tell everyone.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So he's probably really silent about all this right now, as he's thinking exactly what to say about it.
Oh, and she did just like look at you, like prompting you to say stuff. It's like
And you
that's
just see him
totally a
just,
reason to be stressed. Yeah.
and you just see him smoking in a panic, like, wasn't he about to say something?
Cool. That's
Yeah, that's up for him.
that's cool for me. I like that. And Mila will say, "Well, you're all welcome, of course. There's plenty of places to sleep. Stay rested. Hopefully, we'll hear some news soon." And she's so busy that she doesn't even notice that Sigrid's missing again.
Probably for the best.
And I think we can fast forward to just after dawn the next morning.
Just,
So-
just before that, who was all here? I just want to know: is Seven and Undine here, or are they gone off on their own? Is it just us group?
Just you, I believe. Yeah. Everyone
Does-
who's present right now, plus Ray and Mila.
Okay. So the others are off somewhere. Okay.
So
you.
Audrey will ask
Well-
if Lily will help her cheat to feed the dogs.
Like, sure. What's your address?
She tells you.
I will navigate a Hooterson from there and cheat. Do you want the dogs here, or do you want to go home?
I mean, if I could go home real quick, that'd be probably better. Like for like 5 minutes.
I mean, Spoon would probably enjoy dog party.
Oh yeah, there is a dog lives here already.
I mean, is he friendly?
Spoon's a sweetheart.
Yeah, it's not a dog that's possible to not be friendly, really. Corgi, husky mix.
Husky.
Sure then.
Husky.
I guess bring them here. Could I water my plants too, though?
Like, yeah, sure. We can move you there first.
Cool.
Yeah. I take 30 seconds and get there, no problem.
I don't need a roll particularly.
Yeah.
What was Sigrid's night like?
So Sigrid's night will be quite fun. You're gonna be at the door shortly.
After she gets arrested.
Yeah, you'll be getting brought home by
Yeah.
the same people that want to talk to everyone else.
Yeah, I that was most of what I was hinting at.
But if you take Audrey home at some point, I don't know if you do that sneakily from everyone else to try and avoid
No.
being grassed on. So yeah, the rest of you would notice that going on. Jared, is Matthias just settling down in this fancy apartment for the night?
Well, I assume people weren't still standing outside talking about stuff. They'd go inside at some point.
Most
I assumed
likely.
I just
I
moved
mean-
my token there whenever no one else did.
I was sitting poolside.
Like, eventually we would go to sleep.
You know, Matthias would eventually ask if he could be teleported back to his place, because you sleep better in your own bed.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and there's a dog party happening now anyway. So yeah, I'll get you home if you need. Now I have all your addresses.
Me at work.
Sort of assumed you already did.
No, I don't. That's a lot of information to keep in your brain. Like now, like to try to hunt someone down to find their apartment. It's a lot of work.
But to be told, this is where I live with my dogs. Strut was one of them called.
Yes.
And I want to try and remember we out looking, but I'm failing.
Oh, by the way, Luke, I don't think it's gonna come into play, but remember I have a weird quirk to do with my wait, did I keep that? Maybe not.
It was Dante and Strut.
Dante. Yeah, I knew it had D in it.
Oh, we're flipping over to morning.
Yep. Sounds good. So,
Wait, did that not roll? Why didn't that roll? Okay, there we go.
bad dreams, Lily. I imagine a few people have bad dreams tonight. High rates of PTSD on Nirvana, I'm sure, from the...
Everything.
Yep.
All right, so I start with 1 less FP.
And, aye, the sun's not been up for long. A few of you are probably asleep in the spare bedrooms. A couple of people had already be up when kind of office reception rings. Mila gets called up. And there's some visitors here to see everyone. And they've brought back the person who Mila's meant to be looking after.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm crashed out and don't hear the doorbell. Like, I'm going to sleep the hell in.
The fella from last night is here, the one who had the neck problem.
Oh, how does his neck look?
Better, but definitely still injured. It's been bandaged up now. With him, when they walk through into the main room where you're all being quickly roused, all of you that are here, is another person dressed in the green coveralls. A young woman, 2 young-looking women. And a third individual for whom I do not have an image, but for whom a silhouette will suffice momentarily. This is a man, aged, looks around in his 50s. very short, 4'1" ish. He's a little person, but he's wearing a long, air quotes, black overcoat that goes all the way down to his ankles. He's got a thick but short and neatly trimmed beard, and he's wearing sunglasses, and like you just catch him taking off his fedora as he walks through into the main room.
So did my ass get woken up, or?
Yeah. Bray had come running around everyone's bedrooms and where you're all asleep, and she's saying, apparently the emergency response team's here. They're wanting to speak to everyone who's around about what happened last night.
Oh, 5 more minutes.
I think that's about what you've got, but they'll want to speak to everyone, Lily, and they did mention you by name.
Oh, fuck them. Oh.
And then, it's like, anyone need a coffee, tea, juice?
Lucius wakes up and raises a hand. I'll take some coffee and lights a cigarette.
Yes, please.
And yeah, Ray'll put the pot on. Drip, 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 drip. Serve a bunch of coffees.
Trent never went to sleep. Who knows what he was up to?
Were you watching TV all night, Trent?
It's got red,
Among other things.
bloodshot eyes.
He's gonna sleepily say, I don't know where you get all that energy.
Good morning. There's coffee.
Excuse me.
Yeah, give me a sec. I gotta get something out of the freezer. I open it up and grab my huge bag of dead mice.
It's lovely.
What?
It says "Do not eat" on the big brown paper bag. It's just
You aren't going to eat those, are you?
No.
points at the message on the bag.
I go to the deck and open up the thing, like tear the bag open and just huck a bunch of dead mice on the thing, and then just turn
Yeah.
around.
The balcony is swarmed by owls. If you'd looked outside, or like people who'd been out for a cigarette this morning would have probably noticed that there were quite a few owls on there, kind of sleeping. They opened their eyes just to glance at you as you stepped out, and then went back to sleep. But as soon as that door opens, this time, just wings scurrying for frozen mice.
Relevant pictures posted in Discord chat.
Nice.
Exactly. It's Futurama screen grabs. If anyone wonders.
Yeah. So am I bound? Or
No,
it's
you
like-
are not bound. You would have been restrained by the fella from last night at least a couple of times over the evening, I think.
how far did I get?
All the way to the fight. You were at the research center.
Oh, beautiful.
You were facing people with guns, like So yeah, as whoever manages reception for Mila brings these lot around the corner, you'd see Sigrid's blood-stained, bullet-ridden.
Oh, she probably got dumped in a donation, like I'm
Oh,
with
yeah.
stupid shirt.
Butthole
I'm with
surfaces.
stupid. Wait, there
But-
was none of the Crimson Goats?
Sigrid did wind up getting a good fight. Like she's satisfied with her evening.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was fun. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
The cause
we wa-
of several of the deaths.
We walk in and yeah, Sigrid is just like, I am so hungry, but in Old Norse. And then yeah, just makes a beeline to where the food has come from in the past.
I forgot one of my Emergency
Good
response
morning,
team.
officers.
This is just waves and focus on the coffee. He doesn't talk.
Would you like some coffee?
Yes, please. That would
Or are you
be
gonna scream at me for
delicious,
helping again?
says Tiana. Io kinda just frowns at you. These three do come over and get drinks, but Io does not bother.
Like,
They don't say anything for now. They slowly, add milk and sugar to the drinks, start sipping. The small man who none of you recognize, slowly makes a show of taking off his hat and sunglasses and putting them on this glass table and pulling out the chair and sitting up to it.
can I roll a current affairs? It's technically pop culture, so it'd be at a wicked minus, or history nirvana or something.
I'd take a history Nirvana at a -3.
I'm not gonna get this, but I might as well try. Nope.
No. Few people recognize this guy. He recognizes all of you because he does his job properly. Some of you probably got a bit scared by that, but he didn't do his job that well. And I would point out that there was another individual here last night that Lily warped in, but didn't warp out, and is no longer here. But Lily probably just assumes she warped him out.
Oh no, I saw that dude teleport.
Fair enough.
I think you saw him not technically teleport.
I saw him bamf. That's all I know.
Matthias was listening carefully last time. After what feels like a good long while of awkward silence.
Oh,
I think that awkward silence is broken by the
chewing.
opening and closing of a microwave door, and then thump 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 thump, and then Sigrid turns around and make Hotbox work.
and Lily's actually just going to be chatting with Oma like nothing's going on. It's like, so Oma, what do you have planned for today? Are we going to do the Saturnalia party or like...
Lily, shush. We have company.
And they're not saying shit! Like...
He clears his throat loudly. Lily Hudson Dunning? Is it Lily Hudson Dunning in this?
just Dunning.
Fair enough. No middle names.
I mean, I get... she's probably got a middle name. It's probably something ridiculous.
Can't think of any quick enough. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like ancient Greek or something, though.
No, if it was... It'd probably be something very Christian.
Lily Susan Dunning. But that's not his voice at all. Lily Susan Dunning. Correct? He's looking over at you.
Sure.
Um,
And you are?
Apologies. My name is Jack Mawson. I'm one of the Ministry of Emergency Response. My colleagues, some of you
I
have
write that
already
shit
read
down.
IO. These are Netta and Tiana, who you may also be aware of. And you probably are. They're about as well known as IO is in terms of their responses to stuff.
What's the
Someone's,
bonus on their fame?
That'd be current affairs, pop culture, like +3.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen these people on the news. Tiana is a pretty powerful telepath of sorts. It's not really public information what her powers exactly are, but she is capable of manipulating objects from afar, moving big things, making herself fly.
Telekinetic, you mean?
Yeah, that's the word I were after. Although I'm not sure if that's still a banned advantage in this game, in which case that's not what she's using, it's something else that's modded up to work like telekinesis. And I forgot what powers I gave Netta.
It is permitted, but extra controlled.
Ah, there we go. That means any NPC can have it. Yeah, I was careful to make sure I let myself
Only allowed by the
use
cops.
this. That's right.
So, like, what are you doing here?
Well, this visit was scheduled anyway. Yesterday at 7:44 p.m. you were asked by Mr. Io over here to remain in place, to not leave, and to answer some very important questions, and you proceeded to leave with several incapacitated members of the public via teleportation. Is this correct?
Like, he was beating up one of my friends, and like, those guys were injured or dying, so I did what I had to.
Who turned the cops into what they are? And these guys are more like ambulance workers with the power
Like-
to lock you up.
Like, just ask Red over there. He was beating the crap out of her.
He wasn't in his right mind.
Yeah, like, he wasn't in his right mind. Sure, I'll buy that. But then he's beating the crap out of a girl and then, like, yells at me to do something. Fuck him.
I mean, I don't think we're pressing charges, are we?
He looks around at all of you. Are you?
What's pressing charges?
You gonna sue him for beating you up there, Red?
You may be entitled to compensation if there's evidence to agree with what you say happened.
He's a policeman. He's not usually supposed to attack citizens. So, like, if you were upset with him, you could, like, take him to court, to a judge.
What is sue? Why I press charges? What?
I mean, I don't think you're going to want to.
Io
Like-
will come forward. I don't know how you're doing this, Jared, but it's impressive.
You can copy paste emojis into text boxes.
Wow.
Oh!
That is amazing.
That's great.
I'd have preferred the mystery. You've ruined it now.
yeah.
Well, we've hacked.
So he steps
Roll20.
forward.
He steps forward and says, I have no memory of most of yesterday. If I did hurt anyone, I'm very sorry. Please accept my utmost apologies.
Why he apology? He gave good fight. I had fun.
She
No one's
doesn't-
ever no one's ever stood up after I've punched him.
Well,
Audrey does translate for her.
Oh, okay.
I am sorry. I am very sorry. I was not in my right mind. And though I may enjoy a controlled and fair fight with you, at some point in the future, we should definitely arrange a sparring match. But just today was not the time.
Sigurd will like flex and just say anytime.
Mawson rolls his eyes. He says, "That's not what we're here about."
It's not?
Well, it is. But there's a few things that don't exactly match up with the scene that we've investigated since yesterday. He places a small rubber ball on the table from in his pocket. We recovered quite a few of these at the scene. I think you all recognize it. It's a small rubber ball.
Do we? I don't remember. We're a small
Yeah,
ball.
what was it from?
It was from a grenade launcher that fired
Oh,
rubber
yeah.
riot pellets. But the person who fired that grenade launcher is no longer here.
Looks like a ball.
That's right. None of you able to explain this to me? He looks at you all carefully.
The mystery dude had, or that mystery guy had big boomstick.
What's she saying?
She said. Audrey stops and looks back at Sigrid.
What's
And then
Trent's face?
looks over to the others. Look, I think you know what it came from. Do you really want to make us say it?
So you did in fact witness someone discharge a firearm. The emergency response workers who may be called inert. I haven't decided just yet. The acronym for the emergency response team might be inert. I'll think about that still some more. But they look edgy as this topic comes up.
Look, as far as I was concerned, we are just defending ourselves. And if you want to make something more of it about it, then I think maybe some of us might need to contact like attorneys and stuff. I thought this was just a friendly visit, though.
He smiles at you, but it is not a friendly smile.
She returns it and does her best to make it actually friendly.
Mila's been looking kind of nervous and scared throughout all this. I don't think I've got her on map, but she's stood in a corner somewhere, and she'll say, "I think my daughter's friend's right. I think we ought to be entitled to some sort of representation during a meeting like this."
She's in her lab, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to move her.
My fingers are just a bit busy right now.
Ah.
What is he doing off camera?
Like, so are we in trouble and you're gonna arrest us?
You don't
or-
have to answer any questions that you don't feel like answering, and it is true that you may have representation whilst ever you speak to any member of Inert or myself.
Then, Ma, if we want to keep this conversation, like, I want to call the cat lady.
Mila's phone's in her hand. She was like starting to dial already, and then she says, the lockdown. Mawson,
Oh, like, I can get her here.
Mawson frowns and shakes his head. And then he says, I'd really rather you didn't. We can rearrange a more convenient time for all of you.
Could we just skip over that question and move on to other ones?
No. He's here. I can go get the cat lady. I'll check. Is she? I assume she's awake with 4 daughters.
Yeah, Mila's finished dialing and she's on phone to her now, and you can see Mila's talking to her and saying, yeah, in Ertz's house. They're asking us questions. Lily were in a fight last night.
And I'll go get her if I need to.
I mean, we could just use speakerphone.
Oh no, it's much better to have a lawyer in presence.
Well, you don't have to answer this, but is the person who discharged that firearm here today? Anyone?
Lucius looks around and then shakes his head as he realizes there is not.
I don't think any of us fired a firearm.
Would you be willing to allow me to perform just a couple of non-intrusive, no contact required quick checks of your hands and clothes?
Now I really want the cat lady here.
Again, this can be rearranged for later today if you prefer. You can always come down to my office.
I mean, if you're like checking for gunpowder and stuff like that, I'm okay with that. Just be careful, because I touched one of the mind control slugs.
That brings us on to some other questions. The anomaly attached to... Where did she just go? Turns and looks. Everyone probably hears and
Oh,
sees.
you can hear it. It makes a very loud noise.
Not just that, but hears and sees Mila pull the phone away from her ear because the woman on that she's been talking to is screaming. Mila's like, she's picking up my solicitor. Very well. As I was saying, the anomalies you encountered, and the one on Mr. Io's neck, were the only ones that we've seen so far in this attack. The majority seems to have been perpetrated using simply high-powered foreign civilian firearms.
Are you saying we made it up?
No, we have evidence. My team's already collecting samples from downstairs. Thank you for your cooperation in that regards, Ms. Dunning. He looks at Mila. However, you are the only viable witnesses of that event. Mr. Io is the only sufferer of the anomaly that has recovered consciousness so far. And he has no memory of the events. He nods. Pigman nods. I can't even remember yesterday morning. The last thing I remember is going to sleep on the 14th. Or no, going to sleep on the 15th. Lucius?
Lucius puts down the cigarette as they say that. Tries to hold back a smile as he turns, bringing up another cigarette, and says, "Do you need any help with that?"
Oh, cigarette! I heard cigarette. I'm like, what?
He's just got cigarette in his mouth. Sucking.
Yeah.
I mean, another one. Like, he just goes through them.
Yeah, get
I'm impressed that the people are letting you smoke inside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
be
it's the-
wondering
it's
about
the
that.
No
90s.
one has said anything, and he seems to be a little bit traumatized. But he
Yeah,
does
he
pull out
said,
his
"I
ID.
grab a smoke," right when after he was like, "Oh, you're all awake."
Yeah, yep. I might have missed that, but I think it will get past. I think, at parties and stuff, it's the 90s. Mila allows guests to smoke in the house occasionally. And yeah, part of the routine of Jack Mawson putting down his briefcase, hat, and sunglasses on the table would have also involved taking out a cigarette and lighting it, having seen that Lucius is already smoking.
And now there is a lawyer, a solicitor, and a bathrobe here.
Yep. Correct. No, she would have thrown on some clothes.
Okay. We don't have a picture of her because we weren't expecting to need it.
Get us some cat emojis in, Jared.
Yeah, get us some cat emojis.
Lucius then gives Jack his ID that shows that he does in fact has clairvoyance. Clarisentience, clariviscence. What's the name of it?
Clairsentience.
Clarisentience and the shut up ability, and suggest if you would like me to help, I think I could use my clarisentience to help him remember what happened.
That won't be necessary at the moment, thank you. Are they not scalable?
Yeah, they are. You just need to change the text size. Look over here, and you'll see a smaller
Yep.
one.
I saw the text size. So the solicitor does have several cats clinging to her. Maybe one spilling out of her bag.
Audrey gives her dogs a look, and they sit down.
Yeah, the two
They're
Dobermans
remarkably well trained.
that Audrey brought have not really been playing with I forgot the dog's name.
Spoon.
Spoon.
It's Spoon and then the two cats, Slush and Cole.
Spoon's been playing with Dante and Strut, but Dante and Strut have kind of just been sat there, perfectly motionless. Spoon runs around him like a psycho and then fell asleep against him. And now I imagine
Aww.
they both just stood or, sat perfectly to attention at Audrey's feet at the bar stool.
Scratches their ears and such. It's
yeah,
nice.
I'm sure they both staring at the cats like, food, food.
Yeah.
But they won't move unless, given the go. Spoon, on the other hand, is just, stood up on his hinders, climbing up her legs, got his head stuck in a bag, until, you see a paw snap out and give him a bit of a tap on his nose, and then he runs away, sad-looking. She says, hello, Mr. Mawson, was it? What government department are you with? Are you with part of a NERT? Could I see some identification, please? And he's, rolling his eyes, and he shows her a bunch of papers in his briefcase. And
While she's lawyering, I'm gonna lean over
Mhm.
and go lean over to Audrey there and go, "What's our deal?
What's whose deal?
Are we gonna? How are we playing this?"
I don't know. You're the one that lives here.
I'm talking about. I've never. You lived in America. You had to deal with the cops before.
Well, right. That's why we call the lawyer. In the States, they just talk and be fine. I'm assuming we can have pancakes and just stop worrying about it.
Oma, do you want to make pancakes?
She's like, I could eat pancakes.
What happened to the Viking?
That's a good question. Oh, I think she's in the shower.
Shower.
With a syringe that just went down the drain as I got over there. Sigrid's shooting up in the shower. Fucking junkie.
Nice.
Imagine we can hear the shower go off.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably all watched Sigrid like walk over there loudly, carrying the fruit bowl and like some deli meats from out the fridge or something.
Probably actually like she reached into the fridge and grabbed like a beer.
Ale,
Awesome.
the watery ale of the foreigners.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet we have some good stuff.
It's still watery compared to Sigrid.
I mean, for breakfast.
If it's not got a layer of bread at bottom.
What do you mean? This is dinner.
Yeah, Sigrid's been busy all night.
Supper.
But
Like
as
this-
they're having their
this
lawyer argument,
Post-battle celebration. Y'all are boring, so I'm gonna go take a shower.
It's not really an argument that they're having.
no, but they're
More-
going through the lawyer shenanigans.
Yeah, that's correct. She is reading through reams of paper that Mawson has available for her. Did you say you were doing something else though, Lily, while they're going through that?
No, I mean I'm just gonna like give Lucius the get over here, you weirdo. Hand motion, and as soon as you get over, I'm like grabbing that thing out of your mouth and tossing it in the sink.
Aw. What was that for?
Like, it smells rank, and I wanted to talk to you.
Oh. What's up?
Like, I was busy yesterday. Like, what actually happened?
You see that he is about to say something, and then he stops before the first letter and says, I don't remember. I was unconscious.
Boop boop beep boop boop.
Acting?
Yep. What's your intelligence also?
16.
16? Oh, damn. You probably beat me then.
You succeed by 6. I succeed by 5. I think you win.
No, it's also a difference of intelligence in acting. So you, I have an 11. So you add to your effective roll the difference between us, which would be 5. So you beat me by a lot.
What's useful with that is in the skill rolls for detect lies and acting, writing down your IQ in the notes, and then ticking the show notes below and roll template thing.
Boom. That'll get it done.
Good idea.
As you're having that brief conversation, Mawson's standing back up and putting his briefcase together, where he leaves his hat, sunglasses, and coat. He stands up and says, "You've got 10 minutes. We'll wait outside." And they step out to the reception area for a little bit.
As they do, Lucius seems a little bit more at ease and tells Lily, I think I might have hit one of the things in my neck too. That's why I went unconscious. But if my clarisentience would be something to trust, then I'm pretty sure the Men in Black that we have been seeing that reports of Men in Black in the news, right?
The terrorists that have been perpetrating the attack were dressed in black tactical gear.
Yeah, those. So he's gonna say, I think the ones that were in that tactical gear were the ones that injected it on the other person. I might have caught one of those memories. So the alien must have been from those invaders.
That makes sense to me.
Your whispering's cut off by Mila,
Yes.
who's just been talking to her attorney and then turns around and says, "Lily, what the fuck did you get yourself into yesterday?"
Like we were shopping.
That man's from the government. From the top
We-
levels of the government, Lily.
We were shopping, and like we went from Victor's place round the corner, and there was a bunch of people beating the crap out of another person, and then the big muscly dude went over and beat the shit out of Red.
Where is Sigrid? Where's she gone? And she's like, is she in the shower? Sigrid walk out nude in a cloud of steam at this moment.
Yeah, that sounds about aptly timed.
She's like,
Obligatory. Wow.
"Ugh."
I think she'll look over at Audrey and smile and say, "There are things about this realm that are wonderful, and hot water is one of them."
The magic hot water holes.
Wait till we show you the jacuzzi.
That's just a lame hot spring.
Yeah,
Sigrid's been to Iceland, I'm sure.
Fair.
Sigrid found Iceland.
Yeah, but those ones don't have jets.
She was born a
that-
bit too early for it, I think.
yeah, I think she was too early for Iceland.
She stopped on the way though one day. She just used to swim around all over North Sea and that whole area, the Atlantic.
That would
whatever.
be bad considering her weakness.
Sigrid swam to South America in like the year 800.
But yeah, and then I'm gonna look over at Mom as she is like getting on my case and be like, what was I supposed to do? Not help the people?
No, that sounds good, but this is scary. You might be in a lot of trouble, Lily.
For what? Helping?
And the cat lady speaks up and says, no, for lying. Definitely, like, don't lie to this Jack Mawson guy. That will get all of us in more trouble. Like, is this all the truth so far, everyone? Like, I won't be able to help if you lie to me. Like, I don't care if you did do anything that's, like, super bad, but I need to know so I can, like, give you the proper advice.
None of us like shot
Yeah.
anything.
Where are they, anyways?
So you guys did see someone, like, fire a grenade launcher?
I didn't see
Well,
shit.
obviously it wasn't a grenade launcher because like they
Looked
were
more like a
rubber
riot
bullets.
gun to me.
Like,
It's like a super powered. It was like a high powered Nerf gun.
like, I saw grenade launcher written in that guy's notes, so that's, like, why I said it, but okay. And he's...
Yeah, I think Sigurd probably walks back in time to hear that and like, yeah, he showed up behind muscle guy over there and fired his big boomstick. Ooh, what are you cooking?
Ray's, like, starting to plate out pancakes. She's probably making just, like, dozens or...
Hordes of them. Yeah.
She knows better.
Does
So like
Sigrid's
what-
words get translated there?
They do, yes. Sorry. Unless I say otherwise, assume that there's translation occurring.
Gotcha. So there was a guy with a gun. Did you bring him back here last night?
Like, yeah, but he's not here anymore.
Mila's eyes open wide. Lily, you... What? You're grounded. You're grounded, young lady. You brought a person with a gun
I mean,
back to
we're
my
all
house.
grounded.
I throw up my arms and go, he was in the fight area and I was getting people out and I'm 18, yo.
And now he's disappeared. Now he's on the run. You brought a criminal to my house and left him on the run.
Like,
So what's the penalty for breaking quarantine?
There won't be one at the moment. The issue is just being out on the streets, and they've only done it to make it easier to get this thing under control.
Also, they give you a position in British government.
Okay.
Nice.
Like, if you really want, I could find the dude, but it might take me a couple weeks.
Oh, I got it. Well, like, you should. We'll put all this in like a statement for the guy. You should definitely let him do his tests. They should show you guys are innocent. And if there's any anomalies, then like they won't matter anyway. We'll have them disqualified. Yeah, I thought you were talking about that. Poon. Like, is there anything else you should tell me? Like Mr. Brightmore, aren't you like my math teacher?
Oh, this was Mom.
Hmm?
Oh, wait. This. Remember, our lawyer was the mother.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I also thought that like Trent had been everyone's high school math teacher for a while.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I actually.
yes, I was.
So like, are they telling the truth? Like, what did you see yesterday? Does it match up?
I think they're being honest. Yeah, I was kind of busy running for my life. Everything happened so fast. I didn't have time to stop and look and analyze.
Like, I would totally.
Don't worry, Blue. I had your back.
Thanks, Sigrid.
I would totally advise you to seek your own legal advice, but it sounds like you should be okay to talk to them and just tell them the truth if you weren't involved in any way.
Yeah, I should probably give my statement.
So does anybody actually know the guy that had the gun? Like, he's gonna get in trouble if we tell him that.
Like, that's why I've been saying I didn't shoot a gun.
If you don't know this person, Mila says, then you need to give them up. Or even if you do know this person, you need to give them up. A person can't have a weapon like that. It's not safe.
Why do you think I got a permit?
Yeah, good luck with that on this island. Say in America.
No, high government positions can give you a lot of advantages.
Like, I'll give him a description of the guy I saw while I was warping people out of there, but like, I don't know him.
Wait, why can you not get that kind of weapon?
Like,
Because Nirvana's it has weird laws about firearms.
I like how he started with stupid.
Like, I can't even get a taser.
Why are you wanting a taser?
Because she gestures towards the sort of windows. Sometimes people attack you in the street.
And she is right. A taser wouldn't help us there.
Like, I don't want to like kill anybody or like even really hurt anybody, but like knocking somebody on their butt if they're like trying to hurt me would be nice.
She just kind of looks a bit wide-eyed at you. She's like, oh, wow.
Americans.
Yeah, it's kind of the vibe you get. She stopped
Yeah, I
saying
know.
it, but it's exactly what she's saying.
No, that's what I said. I just.
I mean, a lot of people used their boomsticks on me last night. They not hurt too much.
See, she's fine with it. Wait.
Like, I'll give them a description. They can search my hands, look my hands. That's all I'm talking to.
What's Sigrid's opinion on guns based on the past 24 hours? Your first experiences of them?
Some of them are more impressive than others. I don't know. That really depends. Like, what were they using?
It would have been a bunch of assault rifles, probably AK variants, but you know, all toyed up with ninja operator gadgets.
Okay.
They'd have took you down a few times, you know, and then like come running over you to investigate, and then got the faces ripped off.
Okay.
There's probably someone that you like, you know, twisted the gun around in their arm, pointed it into his crotch, and just unloaded.
Okay. Yeah. Then I think Sigrid is pretty awed by guns.
Okay, so Sigrid's
They're pretty awesome.
pro
Like,
gun.
I think Sigrid, wants a gun.
Yeah.
Totally pro gun.
I figured it'd either be pro gun or like ultra anti gun, like witchcraft.
Dishonorable witchcraft.
Oh, that's a hell of a good weapon.
Yeah, that is a
Like-
fine sword.
Like, that is way better than the bow that I usually use. Its only downside is you know, it's really not that quiet.
No, it's not.
Like, they're really loud. Like,
Yeah.
so if you're ever trying to do anything like on the down low, then
Yeah, these guys were super easy for you to find.
yeah. So, like, I think she thinks they're a really handy weapon, but like any handy weapon, they have their place in the toolkit.
Some of the news footage will surface where you like manage to take a guy's gun off him, and then you're just like laughing like crazy, pointing it at him. And, like you pull the trigger and nothing happens, and you like look down the barrel, pulling the trigger and and just throw it at him.
I'm hoping we haven't seen any of the footage yet. So like later on during the day, so they just do like a recap of all the sightings
Yep.
as we just sort of watch in horror.
You need to wait. In a couple of years, you'll get these recaps in 3-dimensional sense vision, displayed by Trent via his belly button.
Yep.
Well, anyway, like, I'm in agreement. I'm not talking to them more than I have to. They can do my hands. I don't know about you two, but like, or you three. I'll look over. Sorry, Mr. Brightmore. I forgot you're sitting over there.
I'm fine
It's
with it.
okay.
Like, Mr. Brightmore, I really would strongly recommend you seek your own legal advice on this situation, because it would unfortunately be a conflict of interest for me to offer you any further advice in this instance.
Okay, I understand.
Audrey, you must have translated that incorrect.
Everyone give me body language, please.
I did not understand a thing she said.
Audrey then spends like 4 times as long trying to explain in your head.
What is body
Still
language default to off of detect
It's-
lies?
For detect lies, let me double check. Trait lists.
Detect lies -4,
Boom.
or psychology -4.
Nope.
Okay.
Audrey knows what's up.
Yeah. The way she mentioned that conflict of interest to Trent, she also glanced over at Lily. And Trent, yeah, she seems to be making a situation that making the suggestion that you've probably got a case against Lily in this instance, if anyone, because she has technically kidnapped you, and that's why it'd be a conflict of interest for her to represent you in this instance.
Yeah, well, Trent doesn't care.
That's fine. Just letting you know your options.
Can she not get away with just calling it safe napping?
Probably, but it could easily turn into a months-long litigation that, you know, bankrupts Trent, leaves him homeless.
Oh no, he's gonna lose the knick-knack shop.
I'd hope that there's protections in place against such willy-nilly misuse of the court systems. I think we're probably at a good time for a break. We've been going a bit over an hour. But before that, let's have a look at Matthias. So you've probably had a pretty
Yeah.
peaceful morning. Might even still be in bed.
I can't imagine sleeping too long.
No, maybe not. You live in a university building, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. There's a fairly large university park that's got quite a bit of unused space. And you actually have got an above-ground bedroom with a view out down there. There's a shared bathroom. It's kind of halls of residency situation, student accommodation, dorms for you weird colonists.
Sir, what weird colonists? Sorry?
The Americans. I believe halls of residence are called dorms. It was
Yep.
weirder because I went quiet because I had lungs full of smoke for a second. But
We
you would have
sometimes
been
call them residence halls, but yeah.
woken up by the sounds of banging. Like kind of construction occurring out in the park.
Oh, right. Look out the window.
So this is a fairly closed section of campus, I'd imagine. Let's get to the map and try and figure out where this could be. And I should update that day because it is now Thursday the 17th, the first day of Saturnalia. So there's university buildings all over the place. But I quite like this one that's up actually quite near the research centre.
Okay.
And I think the park is behind these solar stations off in that direction. So maybe this big green building is the hall's residence. And you look out, in the midst of a copse of trees, a little bit of a clearing. There's a bunch of the university staff and students. And there's a whole bunch of logs and lumber. And they're all dressed in weird... It looks like they're dressed in, you know, like they're LARPing. Like they're dressed for a fantasy adventure.
In the exact same toga, because they all had to be plain.
What?
It's not Saturnalia related.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, even though it's the first day of Saturnalia.
Some of them might be wearing togas, just coincidentally, because they're getting ready.
Mm-hmm. And you've got... You've probably got some skills for this. You've got architecture. You've usually got architecture. Yep. Yeah, roll us up, please. Just... Oh, like, there's no reason for you to have it, but I would just like, I bet you've got it.
No, there's a reason for this guy to have it.
Oh yeah, success. They've laid out foundations for like a longhouse, it looks like. You've got history as well. I'll give you that straight away. Yeah. They've laid out foundations for a couple of Middle Ages Northern European buildings.
Or perhaps more accurately for his history, early Germanic buildings.
Early Germanic, perfect.
Huh.
And the banging is people
What are the rules of the lockdown? Would he be able to go out there?
If you were to flick on some kind of information device, such as the TV, you'd see that lockdown has now been lifted and it's safe to leave your properties and return to the streets. Nirvana is still in a heightened sense of alert right now. And some of the first day of Saturnalia preparations are being postponed until tomorrow.
All right. Matthias will head out there.
Rightio. And now is a great time for that break, and we'll be right back in 5 minutes or so as Matthias makes his way through the park paths towards what is quite clearly a bunch of people role-playing as Vikings. We'll be right back. We are back. Lockdown has ended. The emergency response team has come to have a chat with the people who were at the scene yesterday, although not all of them were there. One of them was someone who is apparently very high up in the government and had a few questions, but your attorney got involved and now you will be submitting witness statements for the time being, and you've just submitted to a quick kind of forensics test based on a few things. The results of that take a little while to come back, though. It took about 5 minutes each, a bit longer for some of you.
Especially if you're being a pain in the ass on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Matthias was warped home during the lockdown by Lily, who was taking other people elsewhere to pick up the dogs and things like that. He's woken in the morning to the sounds of banging in the university-owned, operated, maintained park behind the halls of residence, and spotted...
Not the sort of banging you'd expect to wake up to in a university.
No, it was wooden mallets on nails and logs and people laying out foundations for what looked to be some small early Germanic settlements. And Matthias, being the nerd he is, has got out of bed to run and have a look what they're doing. Oh yeah, and lockdown's over, news says. You're free to go out, catch the Rona as much as you please. Try not to get shot by terrorists. We think we got them all.
Like... Awesome.
Matthias,
Okay, so he'll
Bye,
the
coppers.
harbors.
you biking, did you say?
Walking.
Rightio. Yeah, it's a very short walk up through a path that's quite heavily wooded. But then there is a fairly large clear area that the university reserves for certain events, and it seems like some group has got it to build a recreation tiny village. There's a bunch of people stood about. A few of them dressed Germanic style. A few of them in very plain toga, Saturnalia garb that you probably saw a couple of people wearing prematurely yesterday.
Yeah. Does anyone look particularly knowledgeable or approachable?
Yeah, you'd spot a professor that you probably recognize, who is dressed in Saturnalia garb. He's got his glasses low on his nose and he's holding a clipboard. Guy looking at what's going on around him. If he's less approachable to you, you'd probably see his main teaching assistant, some master's student probably. Knocking about as well, just chatting to people.
No, he'll head up to the professor. Excuse me, what is this?
morning. Are you a student?
Yes, I arrived here a few months ago.
Ah, welcome. I don't know if you've heard in the news, but there is a new resident who arrived more recently, who was actually a Norse girl who was born in the 9th century
Sigrid.
AD. Yes, that's her name.
Yes, I know her.
Oh, really? He looks at you and he's like, huh, that's a coincidence. We're building a Viking, or what we believe is a lodging from her time period. We're going to put some other things together. A working replica smith, foundry, get some animals, and we're going to invite her to come and show us kind of what her life was like. We're hoping she can be quite the research project. She's attending the university anyway in the new year. And we're hoping she can point us out where
see.
we're wrong in these aspects and teach us a fair bit about the history of her time.
She's not all that good at English right now.
No, we didn't think so. None of us are very good at Old Norse right now, but a few of us are practicing. Some of the master's students will be working placement in this mock village we're going to build. They're going to try and role play with Sigrid. And maybe we hope this might be something that could help her adjust as well.
But on the academic end of it, it seems there would be a far better way of learning how things were like back then. It's a shame there's no time travel.
Not yet. He kind of taps his nose. I'm not a physicist, though, so maybe one of my colleagues could tell you how that will never happen. You're free to help out if you want. We've got lots of mallets. We're just starting to lay out the basics. There'll be ale coming later and mead. It's Saturnalia after all. This doesn't have to be all work.
I should warn you, perhaps, that she is not the best socializer.
Ah.
If you build this village, perhaps it will be a bit messy.
Oh. Well, we'll discuss that with her. She obviously doesn't have to stay here. We just wanted something laid out, and we were also hoping she can point out our inaccuracies. In fact,
Right.
I don't think she was officially going to be informed of this until terms started again in the new year. But she's welcome to come along beforehand and talk to me or any of the others of us. He points over at a bunch of younger professors who are all really into the Viking outfits. Might have gone a bit overboard, especially in like the warm. I don't know what temperature's like on equator in.
It's warm.
Yeah, it's probably a bit cooler right now thanks to the weather people who make the weather. But still not Fur's outfit time.
And they probably had those outfits before they found Sigrid.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can see mustard stains. Like they've been wearing these to play D&D in for years.
Fucking nerds.
What do you want from them? They're a bunch of university professors.
All right. Well, perhaps from an academic standpoint, if this is supposed to be authentic, it is a bit close to the dorms.
Yeah,
I
this
was,
is.
I
This
could
is.
hear it when I woke up.
Oh. Oh, sorry about that. Is it a bit early still? He goes to look at his watch, but he's not got it on. Scratches his wrist instead. Yes, sorry about that. This is a mock-up. We're hoping we can get authorization to build a more permanent one on the reserve island over to the east.
Ooh, have fun with that.
I see.
That would be cool.
This was just a mock-up, really. Temporary structures. Just so Sigrid can show us a little bit and see if she's open to the idea of helping us out with a more permanent sociological experiment.
Whenever the professor thinks of Vikings, he starts sounding a bit more northern.
Yarr. Northern. I'm just trying to game a weird accent. Oh, wait till Leonard shows up. I fucking love Leonard so much.
All right, well, perhaps
Fucking
I
Leonard.
will go then. I think there might be some things I should look into. I will mention this to her then.
That is your choice. She might be interested to know about it. She'll be finding out when term starts anyway. But I would be interested. She might save us some time if we're doing something drastically wrong already. So no, I would be grateful if you could bring her along.
All right.
The sooner the better, really, because we might make some mistakes early and then they'll just, grow exponentially.
And with that, Matthias will head back to his room, and I assume he doesn't have Sigrid's number, but he probably has Lily's because of the teleportation stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you've exchanged numbers. You've met up for group events at some point, at multiple points in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we 100% have each other's numbers.
How many characters is an SMS
He-
text message? Is it 140?
I think it's like 146.
Why not 150?
I'm not sure. But yeah, it'll cost you like 5 Nova cents to send an SMS text message of no more than 140 to 150 characters.
But yeah, no, he will head back and call Lily, which I think will have interesting timing.
Possibly will. Your phone rings, Lily. Oh,
Sorry, I have my face stuffed with nachos.
Is this while we're talking to the cops?
I think they're doing my finger analysis right now.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Excellent.
Like, hello, as they're doing it.
Like they pull away all the instruments as you suddenly move your hands, reach into your pocket and pull your phone out and frown at you.
This is Lily.
Hi, it's Matthias. I have something to show Sigrid.
Like, I think Sigrid's turn. Is Sigrid's turn next, guys? Or do you need? Have you already done her hands illegally or something?
They frown
You
at
should
you.
probably get her in there if you can.
We already tested Sigrid, and she just had a shower.
Like, I'll get her when the police are done. Like, doing or the coppers.
Pigs.
I say,
Fascists.
The cops.
yeah, like the police are testing our hands for gun residue or something.
Amongst other things.
Because of
sis-
that guy.
Like, but as soon as they're done, I'll pop Sigrid to you.
All right. Don't go to jail.
Like, my lawyer's here. We're good.
Although I suppose you could just teleport out of it.
Like, probably.
All right. Bye.
Click. Or beep.
Doot, doot, doot.
Like, what's taking so long? Come on, guys. Let's get to this.
And then you immediately get a text message that says you have 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining on your allowance. Because I do recall that being a thing that used to happen. At least on my network in
I'm too young for that.
the year 1999.
Oh, I'm gonna yell at those two when it's Mom and Oma to re-up when it's time.
I was going to say that's mostly a thing if you have parents that are restricting you.
Yeah,
So-
I'll let them do their thing. With the hand thing.
Yeah, they'll finish up and they'll leave and they'll be talking to your lawyer a bit more, and Jack Mawson will be like, I look forward to hearing from you. I might be in touch in the future. You won't need to get in touch with
Yay.
me. And he leaves.
He has nothing to say or talk about Sigurd's antics.
Not at present,
Okay.
it seems. Those have not really been divulged yet. I'm pretty sure Audrey knows about them because she's in your brain.
I mean, not for most of the night.
Oh, okay, so.
Like once she got away, at some point, I'm sure Audrey lost her.
Mm-hmm. One of the first times she died, maybe.
Yeah, that absolutely. Audrey does not like experiencing death, so yes,
Stop watching. Purposefully.
she does.
Maybe after the first drop off the balcony. Or the second. Like, if you're going to keep doing that, then I do not care.
True.
Develop nightmares from being in Sigrid's brain while she kills herself over and over again.
So Lily, after they're done and those guys leave, is grabbing a couple bottles of wine and saying, "Oh, Ma, I need more minutes on my thing. Now it's time to go get drunk."
What makes you think you're leaving? Right now?
Well, it's at Amelia, right?
Yes, but you just brought a government investigator to our house.
I didn't bring him. Looks like Sigrid did.
Yeah. Are you okay, Sigrid?
And use that distraction to peace out, not like poof or anything, but just slowly
Float away.
float away.
Sigrid, someone asked you something and it got translated in your mind.
Sorry, it was my turn to have a face full of nachos right then. I'm sorry, what did they say?
Are you okay? Did anything happen last night? please stop running away from us.
Yeah, I'm fine. What would be wrong?
Well, it's just, doesn't it hurt when you jump off buildings like that?
Incredibly.
But you're fine doing it?
Well, I had to get down.
It's it's liable to get you in quite a bit of trouble. We have elevators. You've been in them a few times. I know they're a bit slower, but you make quite a mess downstairs, and people have to clean that up.
Well, I still can't figure out how to make them work.
That's
You
fine.
seem to push magic button.
Lily, can you show her again?
I ain't in the room anymore.
Yeah, no, she's like looking around. She's like, where's she gone? Oh my god.
To get drunk?
Well, I'm really busy, everyone. So, I'm sorry. You can show yourselves out. I've got so much work to be doing, and really, I'm sorry about everything and Lily and please be safe, and I'll see you all soon. I'm sure.
Okay.
She's like peacing.
All right. What do you like to do for fun, Sigrid? She says out loud and in your head.
Drink, fight, fuck.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to kidnap Sigrid. I think I totally got
All right.
distracted.
Let's go see if we can find some fights.
Oh, I had plenty of fight last night.
I meant to watch. Like, we're gonna get some drinks, some like wings, and it'll be fun.
Oh, there's a from around the corner. Psst. Psst.
What?
Like, is she gone?
I think so.
Cool. Let's go get. I have several locations of ruckus parties going on, and oh yeah, Sigrid, I was supposed to bring you to someone. Do I have permission to poof you?
Oh, yeah.
To the parties or somewhere else?
No, Matthias needs her for some reason. I wasn't quite paying attention to what he needed her for. But to Matthias, and then we'll kidnap that dork and drink all these. And you notice she's probably
Got a rucksack that's clinking.
of just full of wine.
Works for me.
You do have 2 dogs at the premises that probably would like to be walked home.
Mm-hmm. How long are you gonna be?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Like,
Go on.
I can taxi you someplace if you need to go there.
I mean, we should probably head back to my place. Can I meet you there?
Like, sure. I'll keep an eye out for you.
That cat lady left a bunch of cats behind, and they're just crying. While Spoon covers them in dog slobber, he's just licking them. They try and
Aw.
escape, and he just puts his paw on the back and presses them back down and carries on licking. Yeah. His eyes point distinctly in 2 different directions.
But yes, I will start by moving Sigrid to Thais. And then I will bring Lucius and myself to Audrey's place when it's time.
Do you know where Matthias is?
Can you give me a location?
I frankly, I wasn't thinking of cell phones because 90s, so I assumed so he went back to his dorm and used the landline there. I would have assumed.
Yeah. Matthias has probably not purchased a mobile phone just yet. Although
Well,
they
I
are
will-
fairly common in Nirvana in 1998. They were fairly common in the UK in 1998.
At the very least, I have his address now, so there's a sentry stationed out by his window.
Creep.
Very creepy.
Yeah, I'm a creep. Lily is a creep.
So are you appearing in his bedroom?
No, outside of his bedroom, like the window,
Yeah, you fly, doy.
and I'll hold. And Sigrid
She's Peter
will be
Panning.
like, cling on to me.
Doesn't it cost an FP to do that per second?
Fly? No.
No, carry someone that heavy.
It cost me an FP to do it for a minute.
For a minute, radio. Yes. Sigurd, you are being held mid-air. Roll vision.
Oakley dokley. Let me find my character sheet.
But yeah, and then I'll knock on his window.
Nope!
Knock on the window.
What? And he'll head over to his window and, well, there they are. I think this is a cultural thing where some of us are expecting windows to be a certain way, others aren't. Is there a screen here?
The window.
Europe doesn't have screens. North America does.
Can we come in?
There is no screen, but the window does not open wide enough to permit a person to enter either.
Can we come in?
Yeah, just come around to the door.
Poof, poof.
They're inside.
Holy.
Hi, one moment, and he'll move the book he was reading to the bookshelf.
Mein Kampf.
Madame Therese by Emile Erckmann and Alexandre Chatrin.
A much better choice, I assume. I might be well wrong. Although I can't think of a much worse one than my offering.
Yeah, shit, Audrey isn't here.
Like, we're gonna meet her at her place.
I found there's something over there that Sigrid would find interesting, but she can't understand me.
So, unless
would be-
Audrey's had a reason to shut it off,
Dangerous.
Sigrid is still getting the
Yeah,
auto
got it.
translate.
Oh, really?
So yes, Sigrid, you hear him say that you hear him say that you can't understand him, and you understand it. Because of
I
the
understand it just
auto-translate.
fine. I
So-
understand you just fine.
Sigrid speaking in Old Norse.
Nice.
Yes, that's exactly it. I'm speaking English, you're speaking Old Norse. We can't understand each other.
Like,
No, the translation, it's still going.
just point and say what you need to do, or like watch this. It's easy. I pull out one of the bottles of liquid and go, "Want to get a hit?" And then I take a piece off and drink. Yes, cat. Drink it and then hand it over to her.
I take a big old drink and then set it down and just be like, I can still understand you.
Like, see universal language now. What do you need to tell her?
Alright. They're building a Norse village out there. And it's a recreation, and she shouldn't kill the people there if anything goes wrong.
I peek out the window.
Yeah, you see it.
Why you assume I just killed them?
And even with
What
a
just-
critical fail, Sigrid, if you looked out the window now, you'd spot very familiar looking foundations in the little clearing in the park.
Okay. Who built that?
Like, all right, we can go see it, Sigrid. I don't and just tell her what she asked a question. I'm just assuming what she said, and they'll bam her over there.
Matthias will quickly run on over.
So they just disappear. You think you can see them appearing, hovering over that little clearing, and you're like, run out your door.
By the way, Luke, it's the noise that my thing makes is the air displacing and on either side of the teleport.
Yep. I've seen Battlestar Galactica. I've seen the siege on. I forgot the name of the planet. It was radical. You're not as big as the Battlestar Galactica though, so it's not.
Yeah,
quite
but it
as
still
big
makes
Banff. It still makes a notable bamf.
It still makes a notable bamf.
You don't need to be as fat as the Battlestar Galactica for it to be noisy.
Maybe more like a finger snap.
No, I took visible on my warp, so that's what it represents.
Okay.
Is it like when Nightcrawler teleports and it's like an implosion or like something, the air gets sucked in?
Yeah, but no smoke.
No purple smoke. Probably like a whip cracking sound,
Yeah.
because I imagine it's at the speed of sound, which is the speed that air moves, if I recall correctly, from a very convoluted spreadsheet that we used to use to calculate vacuum pressures.
Yep.
But yes, I'm gonna bamf her there,
Mm-hmm.
and then
a couple of people
peace
in
out.
togas like drop the mallets. Someone hits the thumb and goes, "Bollocks! Oh, me thumb!" A couple of others just like, "Oh."
sup, nerds.
Meanwhile, from
What?
far away, nerds!
What is nerd?
I know, right? They're totally weird.
Says who fun nerd.
Yeah.
Like, we're not nerds. We're building a Viking village for that defrosted girl. Don't you know anything? Like, who are you even?
No, Sigrid like just breaks out into laughter, and she points at that guy like, "Why his helmet have horns on it? He looks stupid and ridiculous."
Like, why is she laughing? Who is this girl?
Like I'll walk up to her, like take the helmet off, like put it on and just mimic him, like you have to.
We are so bullies.
Professor! Professor, who are these people? The person Matthias was talking to was strutting over. He's like, can I help you?
Yeah, like
I'll like take the helmet off and like just drop it at that dude's feet.
I'm Lily Dunning, and this is my defrosted mummy, Sigrid.
Ugh, Dunning! He just turns
Sigrid.
around and starts hammering again. Go on, Sid.
I think she hears her name and pounds her chest. Sigrid.
Because, oh, Sigrid! Amazing. So, Matthias must have spoken to you. What do you think of this?
Ridiculous and wrong.
Oh,
I don't think he speaks.
No, he doesn't.
I can
Uh,
understand him, but I still don't have a translator.
Oh, can you not? He's like snapping his fingers at a couple of younger people in togas who come running over. He says, "This is Sigrid, boys. Now you can try. Go ahead."
Secret.
Roll IQ for me, please, Sigrid. Oh yeah, no. They say something, or they try to say something, but it just comes out like Morpul de Gingug. Jibumpil. Do you bumple?
Sigurd's gaze turns fiery, and just like, are you mocking me?
Need IQ rolls from them. Is what Herb says in English. Like, what the fuck did you say, idiot? It's like I don't know, man. Like I just asked if she was all right. Or she's upset. She thinks you're mocking her.
She's always upset.
Like,
Like, anyway, boys, have fun. Don't die. Poof.
Before you do that, I think Sigrid like turns around so that way like only you can see her face, and she smiles at you and winks. And then the like scowl turns back, and she looks back at those guys.
And then I will definitely do the, all right, don't die. Have fun, guys, and don't let her kill you. Bye. Poof. And I'm heading to Audrey's house.
all right. So Audrey, were you leaving Dunning Tower with Dante and Strut?
Yeah, and they'll take the street route back.
I would assume that Trent and Lucius are leaving at the same time, but you're under no obligation to.
I think we've just
Lucius-
discovered our Trent, our couch Trent.
Maybe, but not necessarily.
Lucius will live around the same time that Audrey departs. He has to go home, make sure everything is fine, and just make sure he's out of trouble.
Yeah, Trent has to get the groceries again.
Yeah. Or Trent Prime
Oh.
will beat you.
Well,
Yeah.
we're definitely going to be doing some parties later, so stay in touch.
Don't worry. It will just take a moment. I'll see you guys. I'll see you girls there at the party.
Take
I
care.
figured Lily would have told him where
He
are they
says to
gonna...
Trent.
See you girls later. Trent and Audrey and two
No,
dogs.
he would have leave when there's still Trent, Audrey, and Lily.
Saying bye to Lily's silhouette as it shockwaves back to a single point. All right.
Sorry, I missed something.
No, you didn't.
But I'm actually inside her house this time since I beat her there.
That's probably dangerous.
I mean, the dogs aren't there right now.
Maybe not so dangerous then. Maybe not possible either because all the curtains and blinds might be drawn.
Were they?
I mean, likely, although, I mean, you don't. I mean, probably, to be honest. No, actually, no. She has a garden, so there definitely would be access, like skylights there.
There we go. I'm gonna be a little creep and be like watching TV when she gets there.
What's your house like,
Nice.
Audrey? Pretty fancy, I imagine.
It is actually pretty fancy. It's like a 2-bedroom, but like has one of those like it definitely has an office. Has like a gigantic kitchen, and then attached to the kitchen, it's got a really impressive like herb garden. Like half the place is taken up by the kitchen and herb garden, so that's definitely what she's into. If you're a
Is
super
it,
snoop, there's also a pretty impressive like safe door behind one of the pictures.
I'm not super snooping. I'm unloading some bacon in hidden places around your apartment.
Nice.
And then putting just a really ugly paper, like brown paper bag. No, like it's a parcel wrapped in a just brown ugly paper, terribly wrapped on your counter table.
If you go, since you're going digging for like bacon and stuff like that, food wise, she has really exotic foods.
Oh no, I wasn't going searching for bacon. I have pocket bacon.
You
Pocket
You
pocket bacon?
I have
Okay.
actually
That's
I
kind of
have
bacon.
dog treats basically. You know, I have a dog.
Fair enough.
And you eat the dog's treats.
Well, no, because if I have the pocket bacon, it's for me and also the dog.
They're rich. They can afford
Okay, it's not.
feed the dogs real bacon as a treat.
Is real
Well,
bacon, not
It's
a
real
dog treat.
bacon. It's pocket bacon.
Yeah, I just had a good like metamorphosizing image of Lily in my head holding like a piece of bacon and then a dog treat and then a piece of bacon again.
No, she always has food on her because
She's greedy.
no,
d-
because I have to. My increased metabolism, and whenever I warp, I get hungry.
And it makes
does
you
she
greedy,
snoop
yeah.
in the bedroom?
Does she what, sorry?
Snoop in the bedroom.
You walk in to find Lily holding a pair of your underpants stood over the hamper, sniffing furiously.
Maybe under your bed, putting a very secret spot for your dogs to find the bacon.
Nice.
So like my ass is sticking out from under your bed.
You're gonna wake up in a few days with the dogs like very anxious, with a piece of bacon on the floor, like just pointing at it and doing like intruder signal at the bacon.
Just eat the bacon.
And they're just like looking at you and looking at the bacon like, we've found this. It is suspicious. But that's a future event that we'll not see.
It is suspicious.
But yes, that's how you'll find me, under your bed.
Hello?
Is that a My Chemical Romance song?
Totally. Or I didn't do that loud enough, but boom. Ow.
Is that you, Lily?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, then dogs running appear either side of you, start slobbering all over the bacon, and like Lady and the Trumpet together.
You maybe shouldn't do that here. The dogs are trained, but only so well.
That's why you have pocket bacon. I'll toss it out into the hallway.
Dog nails on hardwood floor, scattering and then banging dog body against door frame.
You do this a lot, don't you?
Do what a lot? Pocket bacon?
Break into places?
There's no breaking involved.
Entering into places?
That's a better word for it.
At least you know she's not a vampire.
True. So what did you have in mind for tonight?
Well, we get everyone together,
Mhm.
and we exchange gifts, get sloshed, and do something stupid in the blocks.
So what's the best night of Saturnalia to like do the stupid stuff?
First one.
All right. I might have something fun for us.
Cool. I was thinking we would just pick a fight in the blocks or something and let Red unleash on them, but that works too.
No, that works. I meant like pre-gaming stuff.
Oh, nice. Oh, by the way, your gift is on the counter.
Thanks. Am I supposed to open it now or?
Open it, whatever, it doesn't matter.
All right.
And then I'm gonna start making phone calls and ask like text Phil about where the most ruckusy place we could go in the blocks tonight could be.
Alrighty. Matthias, or... that was meant to be a secret one, but that's fine.
It's a 15.
It's 15.
It's a 15, everybody.
Whatever I rolled was 15. But yeah, Matthias, you'd make it up to the clearing and see Sigrid arguing, pulling stakes out of the ground and throwing them away. Just like slapping her knees, bent over, laughing at this forge that they've got starting to be put together.
Ah, shit.
Generally being a jerk. We love you, Sigrid.
Yeah, I think Sigurd's taking it a little too far because, you know, this is going to be fun.
One of them's already crying.
You're the one with the helmet. It's as you walk forward, the one who had the helmet runs past you, clutching it under his arms, and one of the horns has broke off, and he's just got tears streaming down his face. She's so mean. She's so mean. Oh my god.
But yeah, I think Sigurd's fucking with him, and then Matthias walks up. She waves at him.
Have you got skills like carpentry, masonry, smithing?
I have smithing and carpentry.
Show me both of them, please. IQ based, if possible.
Yeah, they're both IQ based.
Ah, perfect. No problem. Mm-hmm. So yeah, amongst the berating and general exaggerated laughing, you have also been starting to put things right. Those two that could not speak to you very well do seem to be able to at least understand you slightly. And after a few times shouting at them, they have been relaying orders that seem to be what you had given.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, they've moved around some of the foundation marks for the longhouse. The people building the forge have changed the trenches that they dig in for charcoal and smoke and stuff like that.
Okay. The general setup.
Yeah. It's a bit
Yep.
minor adjustments that will make a big difference in the long run.
Cool.
And Matthias, if you've not got anything to say to Sigrid, then I think just a few hours would probably pass of you enjoying this situation.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much to say because he doesn't think she'll understand him.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The professor would
So
come
we'll
running
just
over
see what goes on.
and ask, like, can you talk to her? I didn't expect her to
I
just
do not
appear.
speak Old Norse.
I'm sorry. I thought maybe. She seems to understand us.
Is the translation still working?
Oh, is there some kind of device?
One
or...
way.
Ah,
All right. Sigrid.
Sigrid.
Yes? Sigrid.
At this
I
point, they might have
just-
figured out the word yes.
Probably like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
Germanic language.
Yeah.
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 Actually, I think Matthias would understand about as much of it as I could probably get, because German and English kind of cover the bases and the similarities.
Yep.
But yeah, he'll go up to her and what was I about to say? It turns out that I just found out the translation is still working. So you can understand us, but we can't understand you. Please stop destroying this. That they just wanted to try and one, impress you, make you feel like something of home, and also they want to learn about your culture.
Sigrid will do like, ah! And she'll hold up like one finger and walk over to the professor and be like, lesson 1! And then just deck him. And then
Holy shit.
just be like, be tough.
And then Matthias will try something. He's really disappointed by that, so he's going to swear, but because he knows the translation's active, he will say, Scheiße. Shit, but in German, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
translation works.
It does.
Give me a second.
He tries to dodge, but you still connect.
Okay. I'm not hitting him like all that hard.
No, I figured not, but still. That's very hard.
Yeah.
Or is this a gut punch?
Yeah, just like a gut punch. Knock the wind out of him.
That's a bit more than wind. That's
That's a major
ribs.
wound. Yeah.
Oh.
Bree passes his HT
You
check.
don't roll to. Oh, Sigurd, you hear Matthias say something. You have no idea what he just said.
Okay. Huh?
He's coughing. He's like, what did she say? And one of his boys goes like, I think she said you need to be a rock.
Be the rock.
And he said, no, be armor. She said be armor. He's like coughing, holding his belly, hunched over, catching his breath. I just saw The Rock in Discord, and that's what made me laugh. It wouldn't be as funny if he weren't also the Scorpion King.
But yeah, do that and, you know, get back to work at making it correct.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've seen this scene.
Yeah.
This is Lucius just making your way home, did you say?
Yep. Yeah, just that. Not sure if I get any events.
Your parents would be very worried about you, and like,
And a psychopath girlfriend.
yeah, you've probably had a couple of texts from her by now.
Yeah, he would be answering them while on his way home. But I did send message to both before when Lily teleported us to Dunning's. Like, I'm here.
Yes.
I cannot move because of the quarantine. As soon as it's lifted, I'll go home.
Mm-hmm. I do recall that. But your parents are still like, oh, we're glad you're safe, Lucius.
Fine, I'm already in college. You don't have to be that worried.
We got you a Saturnalia gift.
Thanks. I thought we chilled on Saturnalia since we already celebrated Christmas. But thanks.
It's just something small, they say, as they pass it to you.
I'll open it. What is it?
It's a hip flask.
A hip flask? Oh, for drinking.
Yep.
Oh, his eyes are gonna open. He's like, wow, I love it.
It's like a pewter one with a cap on a chain.
That actually sounds really cool. Yeah, thanks a lot. This is wonderful. I love it.
Your mum like, smiles, kisses you on your forehead.
I'll kiss her back and give my parents a hug and just be happy that I made a hug without a problem and that they were also fine without a problem.
Oh, cute. And Trent.
Aye.
The other Trents give you a hard time.
So
Yeah, probably.
yeah, you've got the
Yelling.
groceries and you'll get back at the shop, I assume.
Yeah.
Don't know if we've
Uh,
got have we got your token on the map at the minute? I can hear a cat making
I-
some proper weird noises in distance. On my
I
end.
don't think I have a token.
No token. No token. I'll drag you on. Oh, there you go.
There.
You even remember where your shop is. Nearly. Further over here, I think. Or maybe, no, because we said it were in the blue bits. So yeah, it is probably one of them. Perfect. You were right all along, as usual.
I simply dragged it somewhere random. Didn't even look.
Well, you get told off by yourself. I don't know how much role playing with yourself you wanted to do, but I imagine they just look up at you, frown, spit at you. One of them pulls out an illegal gun and shoots you in the ball sack with it. Trent Prime's like
It's
stood
so
in the doorway in a robe only, and it's open, and his big blue balls are dangling, and he's just like, "You're late. You're lucky I don't reduce you to a single dimension."
They actually have to remove the barricade from the entrance.
She barricaded
Because they
the
probably-
entrance.
Yeah, when the alarms went off.
I ain't getting looted.
Yeah,
So yeah.
but yeah, he gets like pissed on a bit. What the hell, man? Can't even get the fucking groceries in time. Fucking useless.
Mean to you.
Hey, haven't you ever berated yourself?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, see?
It's just
He just
weird.
has actual outside voices to do
Yeah.
it.
It's weird when you see it coming from a physical source. So
But he replies, "Shut up, you nerds! You don't even know how to get the final thingamajig of the claw game. You bunch of idiots! You don't even know what's going on outside the shop."
as you say, claw game, it kind of does its musical chime.
Just check this out. I think I faked the forensic test they were doing with the witnesses. Probably come back positive, and they'll probably take me into custody, and I'll be able to, get an inside look, see if I can detect the presence of the strange growth they had in their neck. I managed to study it a bit during the night I spent there. They were sleeping. It was easy to snoop around.
You've blown me away. If I had my camera on, you'd just be watching me like with this stoned grin on my face. It's like Trent's revealing his plans to himself. Wait, what a scene. Yeah, you ruined my moment. It's going to have to wait a bit longer now, but that'll make it even more fun when it happens.
You're not so useless after all, number 5. think I'll forgive you for the hot beers.
3 Trents crack open cans of lagers at the same time.
Yeah. Anyways, what do you guys get out of the claw game? Did you manage to identify them? I heard number 4 was making a breakthrough. Like he managed to replicate one of them. And then number 4 comes in telepathically. Yeah, fucking nerds. Look at me. I'm making the thingamajigs now. Fuck the claw game. I can make them.
Nutty.
Can you? Wow.
The claw machine beeps angrily in the background.
Yeah, what do you complain about? We know you keep taunting us. You just want us to copy you. This isn't over. We're gonna get to the next level.
Game over.
And
Play
now-
again. Try your luck.
There's
and
always
they'll-
opportune moments,
yeah,
so it feels
And
like
they'll
it's
have
listening
breakfast.
to you. Well, that's pretty rad. I think you've already revealed too much, maybe. Unless you wanted to carry on.
this is the right amount to reveal.
Perfect.
They will sit by one of the tables, hand their coats behind their seat, and have breakfast.
It's babies. Trent's eating a pile of babies. When Trent says they have breakfast, it pans down and it's a pile of human babies that they just dig into with a bare hands.
Still high.
Wow, we have really gone off the rails this episode. Love it.
Sorry. It was the mood. I wanted to see where it took me. I wanted to see where you all took me.
Well, I was queuing you up with a ruckus in the blocks.
Oh, that's coming too.
Okay.
But I think now's a good time for another break, and then we'll come back for a final, shorter segment.
Sound good?
All right.
Radio, we'll be right back in 5 minutes or so. We are back, and that's a meme. We are back. So, 'tis the first day of Saturnalia, and you've been interrogated by the police. You've gone home. You've revealed part of your diabolical plans to fuck over that claw machine once and for all. Trent's nemesis. A prize grabber. And he's made it angry. Which can't be good for him. Some of you are already getting wasted.
Oh, by the way, the package that I wrapped for you was a small statue of Saturn.
Classic.
Aw.
Is it an edible one or just a...
No.
No, radio. I imagine
It's an
edible ones
it's
are
a
quite popular.
wooden probably hand carved Saturn statue.
Yeah.
She is grateful at the moment and will later wonder, where the hell do you put these things?
Oh, and some wool yarn. Just a little bit, like literally like maybe half a meter.
Going real
Of wool
traditional
yarn.
with it.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme.
Nowhere near as good as the gift that Lucius got. You'll be disappointed when you compare gifts later.
Is that a thing?
Comparing gifts.
It's probably a thing.
It's not as common as comparing penises, but it's on there. Well, I think it's good to. I think we're good to fast forward to this evening. Despite most of the official Saturnalia celebrations being pushed forward to tomorrow, such as the naming of the king.
One of these years, I'm gonna get that crown.
For the sake of everyone, let's hope you don't.
I'll mail my way into it.
Don't you have to like be like lower class to do that?
Shush.
Hey, there's a sick burn, bro.
Why do you keep shoving my wealth into my face?
Lower class on Nirvana. Yeah, checks out.
Eventually, I will get Sigrid and or bring Audrey to Sigrid so she can be a little bit more translating.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. I imagine those of you that are actively getting into it spend the day just at a series of bars.
Sounds good.
Probably slowly descending to seedier and seedier locations until you find yourselves at a prime location that Phil's picked out on the other side of the island.
We're in the undergrounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would probably be in Milong somewhere. In fact, I bet it's near here. I should have my keyboard to hand so I can ping you all to places quicker. But yeah, the kind of main above ground entrance to the complex that you're accessing is probably in this region. But right now you are roughly 1 kilometer below ground.
Damn.
In a bar that is smaller, way smaller than the Dunning penthouse. Total square footage of the whole bar is probably just the balcony of the Dunning penthouse. Very darkly lit. It is technically a drag bar, but it's mostly just frequented by. It's only technically a drag bar because the person who owns it and works there every day is in drag all the time.
This place is pretty cool.
Markets it as such.
I am indeed wearing the ceremonial plain toga.
As are most of the current patrons. One of them's like lost most of it and is now practically just wearing a nappy or a diaper. Who's here?
Whatever gets going.
Who's this deep into the celebrations, wee Lily?
Everyone's invited.
And Lily's
Yeah, totally.
Lily's that friend that harasses you until you go out with him.
Yep.
Uh,
Also, probably the B crew, NPC B crew.
Oh yeah, most of those are here. Phil's obviously, his standard Phil self, quiet, constant joint in hand, sipping from his camel pack, ordering glasses of water and not drinking them.
Helena's definitely here.
100%.
Laura's here because she is a joy to get drunk.
Yep. She's probably
Everybody's
flirting madly with all the other patrons of the establishment, whilst also trying to trick Lucius into flirting with anyone so that she can
so she can.
Well, Lucius would have arrived a little bit later since he had that encounter with his family, so he would be like 15, 30 minutes after Lily and
This is hours later. This is like
Yeah,
hours. Then yeah, no problem.
after midnight
if you-
at this point, probably.
Sigrid is a lot more sober than you feel like she should be.
I'll even invite Seven and Undine if they want to come, but I don't harass them.
They probably came out, but they've already gone home or gone somewhere else.
To do their weird robot.
This place might just also
Octopus.
give Ondine the creeps a bit because it's, she's got to go above ground a kilometer to get back to the ocean.
What? It doesn't look
You-
that far.
You're 1 kilometer below ground, and it's a long lift or stair journey.
All right. I'm gonna roll some HT. Should really take lightweight as a quirk.
Nice. But yeah, absolutely. Let's do some drinking.
I'm holding it this time.
For now, I imagine you have drank plenty, though.
Yeah.
It's, as usual, if you don't track every drink taken carefully, then at the start of a session you are pretty much as drunk as you want to be.
Well, Lucius
Works for me.
drunk.
Well, you got a +10 to that, bro. Or +8. Oh, because
Because I've
got
yeah.
resist. Yep. Of course you have. That's hilarious. So Sigrid just does 10 shots and bruh.
Oh, by the way, Audrey, you're paying for the drinks, but I put a bunch of Nova in your bank account. I just don't want them to see my card.
Yeah, that's fine. Audrey also has a very impressive looking card.
No, it's the name on the card. I'm likely to get kidnapped, or someone's likely.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
There are some pretty scummy looking people in here, but it's also, dark and
Oh, wait, what am I
noisy.
talking about? I probably just pulled out a couple hundred Nova.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be mostly cash places. And yeah, this place will be cash only in 98.
Damn, Matthias. Way to hold your
Nice.
liquor.
Drink, yeah.
Yeah.
I went out last night, pal, and I had 47 pints, mate. Is that a thing in America? Do you get that?
Oh yeah.
They don't say 47 pints, mate, though.
Do they
Yeah.
not?
Oh, dude, I drank 47 beers last night, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like crap.
Yeah, it sounds authentic. I believe it. Believe it.
Same.
Fuck you, Naruto.
I am drinking the most dangerous of drinks,
Corn.
Long Island iced teas.
Oh,
Nice.
you want to have a zombie, pal? This place don't actually exchange drinks for cash. They exchange cash for drink tokens, which you exchange for drinks.
Cool.
Super classy.
Yep. They're postage stamp sized little laminated pieces of cardboard with a bar's name logo on it. And the bar's name is Decadence X or something. Yeah, that's it. It's a gay bar called Decadence X. That's where you found
this is
yourself at 1 a.m.
Awesome. This is a Dan place if I've ever heard of one.
Pretty much. He's definitely spent a lot of time here. Probably performed once or twice here. There's a tiny
Probably
stage.
convinced Phil to join.
A tiny stage that someone's lip syncing to Aqua on.
If we can, yeah.
Come on, Audrey, and Matthias. We need to sing a trio song together.
Yeah, sure. I'm in.
Matthias,
Matthias.
Matthias.
Math tears. Yep, that were me in my exams.
Yes, Lily?
Yeah. You need to sing the guy part in this song.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Come on the stage.
Hey.
Matt, yes, Matt, yes, Matt, yes.
He will take a very, very large drink and then follow you.
Lucius, get your ass up here also.
He's gonna need your help.
Where's the... Ah, here we go.
I don't
I
have
assume
singing at all.
Lucius is
This is gonna
having
be a train
this.
wreck.
Chord.
Singing is what, HT minus...
50.
It-
I think it's HT minus 5, probably.
That's gonna be horrible for him. There it is.
Minus what, sorry?
I'm going there. Minus 4. HT minus 4.
All right, time for the awful singing. Woo!
Don't worry.
Oh, what the hell? Let's
Oh.
look at.
Audrey knows how to sing.
No one else does.
Sigurd's just sitting there like with their hands over her ears going like, no!
So,
What
yeah,
are these people doing?
as you all climbed up on stage, like, and the previous performer were stepping off, the bar kind of quietened down serendipitously. And everyone kind of looks over at you as the track that Lily's asked for starts up.
Oh, it's the poppiest of like,
Eurobeat, surely.
oh, it's got to be a fake band. But
If you want to be my
no,
Why can't it be the Spice Girls?
it's got to be because I figure a lot
Barbie
of
Girl.
bands don't actually exist in this universe with how big a drastic turn it took. I need to
Wait.
think
You
of
said something about Euro. Eurovision Song Contest 1998. Let's see what was in there.
And that's fairly true. Music up
Eurovision
until
is very
terrible.
What I think you go for.
But yeah, music would have been very similar up until mid-70s. And it has progressed in line with what happened in the real world, but it is ever so slightly different bands from different places. And I do seem to recall that in the past we said that a company that used to be from America that makes famous cartoon films, Western ones, pretty
Horizon.
famously Nazi guy. Yeah, it's actually now Horizon. And those are all slight changes to those films, but they were made in Nevada in the 80s to 90s. In fact, they were probably a pretty big one released recently about the story of that boy in the lamp from Middle Eastern.
So something like a band name like Persephone's Persephone Seed or something like that, you know.
Okay. I don't know, that sounds like a really like alt rock.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Either way,
Then the Sugar Ladies.
the Sugar Ladies.
Sugar Queens from the Sugar Queens.
Sugar Queens sounds pretty good.
Sugar
Sugar.
Queens.
Sugar Queens. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. It's air quotes urbanized Spice Girls from the UK.
But yes,
Audrey does a great
There's
job.
only-
Everyone else does a terrible job. Although Matthias could be worse.
I think as soon as they get off stage, Sigurd hops on stage.
As that song started, there were a few cheers and claps, but then when it ended, there was silence.
we get the Like from like one guy in the back who's being polite.
You definitely get a lot of dirty looks from the scarier looking people in this bar.
But I'll push him off stage and go a cappella and sing like, some jaunty camp tune or something, sailing tune.
Do you have singing? Oh, nice.
I imagine it wouldn't really sound all that great though, because a lot of what people like about music is incredibly cultural.
Yep.
Yeah. Sigurd doesn't care.
Sigurd gets up on stage and does this weird semi-spoken word poem song.
That's true. In the right place, they'd love it.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound terrible, but afterwards everyone's just like, you hear someone say, "What the fuck was that?"
Next.
You hear woo! Go red!
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
Do you have some kind of fucking problem, man?
No, that's the what the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so this person who's shirtless is just wearing like some cargo shorts and a pair of sandals. He has got a shaved head. He's Japanese. He's got a scar that runs from like very top of his shaved head right down to in between his eyes. And he stands up and he is 6'4". He's massive.
Compared to your 4 foot, like what, 5?
Yeah, something like that.
And he puts both his hands in his pockets and he says, "What's your problem, you tiny bitch?"
Look over at Audrey. Is bitch an insult?
Yeah, it is.
You dare insult me?
He looks over his shoulder and he looks back and he's like, "Who's your hot friend?"
Audrey, what's your
Hey,
name?
hey, lay off. She's not interested, man.
Lucia's just gonna give him the look and just light a cigarette.
"Hey, your friend approached me."
What is it to you?
Just a quick check. Is Trent about? He was invited to all this. As
Yeah, he was definitely
He
invited.
was.
Well, also, if we're doing asides, is the big guy actually cute?
he's pretty cute despite his scars. He's got that hot prisoner look, like when one of them mugshots
Sure,
comes
sure.
out every couple of years and everyone
He's got like the bad boy thing going.
yeah,
Oh.
everyone floods the basements.
Lily's just making bad decisions right now, is what's going
This-
on.
Yet
This could actually just wind up being foreplay.
if you're into big bad boys, then you definitely react at this guy at a +4. Especially shirtless. And I should point out he's got some very elaborate tattoos.
What color tattoos?
All sorts of colours.
Guys, ex-Yakuza or current Yakuza.
So I think the last thing
Yeah,
that happened is
definitely.
it was something like, "Who's your hot friend? Hi, who are you?" And then
Yeah.
stop that.
Like, "Hey, she came onto me. She just came over here and started talking in this nonsense language. What language is that anyway?"
It's Norse, you plebe.
Peasant, Christian.
Yes, you peasant.
It's Viking.
Viking. Yeah, right. What is she, like, wasted?
Oh, no, you haven't heard about her? She was in the papers. She's the Viking kid.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. He picks up, like, his big 40-ounce malt liquor off the table. And
Of
takes
course
a
you
swig.
don't. I don't think you know how to read.
Who the fuck are you, bro?
Who the
What?
fuck are you, bro?
He puts his drink back down and puts his hand back in his pocket.
Lucy's gonna kind of like put a head on Lily's shoulder and say, "I don't think it's a good idea to anger the 6-foot
I-
tall muscle guy.
As Lucius is saying that, I look this guy like right in the eye and I push his drink over.
Well, thank you, Pastel.
Yeah, Red knows how to do this.
Yeah, she does. I'm stretching. Sorry. um. Are you attractive? Did you say, Sigrid?
I am +2.
Have you got your reaction mods noted in your sheet?
I need to add those. Where do you add those?
I don't actually.
In bio
don't
and
think.
info.
Oh,
Uh,
I've got appearance put at +1, so
I'm A4 too.
I am attractive.
He's just like, you owe me a drink. He says, I'll take another one of those.
Sigrid will grab one of those coins that gets you drink and like put it in her hand,
Drink token.
and then the drink token.
Decadence
well,
extreme drink token.
As far as she's concerned, it's the trade good to get alcohol right now. So
Yep.
she'll like hold it up in front of him and then wrap her fist around it and smile and just like raise her eyebrows up.
That's an old meme. But I didn't know it were that old. You want this to happen, so I'm just foregoing the reaction roll and punching you in the face at this point. Or trying to. So his hand snaps out of his pocket and comes winging towards your face, and he is wearing brass knuckles. Suddenly. Like whenever
I'm
his
just gonna
hands...
take it.
You're just gonna take it.
I'm just gonna take it.
Okay. It should add like 4 to that, so 10 damage to the face.
Ouch.
If that's half your health, that's a major wound. To the face, I believe, is a -5 to knockdown.
Sounds right.
So then roll relevant knockdown at -5.
Just checking something.
And
Don't
Trent
you have a ridiculous HP like 22?
I got like a 20.
versus getting knocked down. Versus
Yeah, this
15
actually
roll.
knocks you cold. I've been impressed.
Lucy's gonna look at the fight and say, "My money's on Sigrid."
But Trent, I don't think I ever got an answer. Are you at this bar right now?
I mean, he's there.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Trent's trying to figure out a way to get Sigrid back to the shop.
Mm-hmm. And you are at the bar trying to figure out radio.
Yeah,
Radio.
but I'm not drinking much.
Which Trent is at the bar? Is it the one from earlier who went to Dunning Tower, or is it a different one?
No, you just said it's Witch Trent.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Same one, okay. And another thing, are all your duplicates known to Nirvana? Or have you got a perk for any of them to keep them hidden? You can whisper
Oh, you
that
mean
to
from
me.
the?
From the authorities.
Yeah, no, I don't have a perk for that.
Okay, so yeah, it'd be a perk per Trent, I think, that you want to keep secret. And they've told you that you should inform them if you ever create a new Trent or if a Trent is ever deconstructed. You would get in trouble for keeping dead Trents in your basement.
Also in your closet.
Yeah,
Okay,
just about
so-
anywhere.
I actually only failed by 1 because of high pain threshold.
That still drops you. So yeah, Sigrid gets clonked in the face. Blood immediately erupts from a brow.
Is she conscious or just knocked down?
Just knocked down. So let's get turn
She
order
gets up again.
Does she take a whiskey drink?
No, she takes a vodka drink.
I just need to do
And then a
something.
cider drink.
Just. Gotta keep at it. This bloke is strong, man. But he's dumb.
Do you just reverse engineer his punch to get his extra strength?
I did just. In
Nice.
fact, you know what? I'm gonna take that down a little bit, but I'm gonna imagine that he's got like Weapon Master on his fists or knuckle dusters or whatever, and that's perfect. That's much more.
Or
what
like
I'd ex-
striking strength or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exunctamundo.
Yeah.
Maybe he has karate.
Oh, it
3d6.
definitely has got karate. This guy's Japanese.
Doesn't look like he would.
Doesn't
Probably
look
has
like he
brawling
would.
and grapple, and that's it.
Oh yeah. This
God,
dude's
is he out with his
got
dojo friends?
This dude's got a striking strength of 30. Like,
Roughly.
Oh,
Bit less than that. Around about 28, I think.
Yeah, because when you rolled that, I looked at my sheet and I'm like, whoop, okay. Damn.
Probably also a special power. Maybe it's a power blow that he used. It's just straight up trying to kill a girl.
Also, there are mutants with super strength.
Mm-hmm. Don't pick a fight in a mutant bar. If you don't
That,
want to
I think mutants are technically copywritten.
get...
would this be the time where they start playing on the? I don't know what if it is. What's playing?
Oh, yeah,
Welcome
jukebox
to the
starts
gay
up.
bar.
it's totally Queen.
I don't think
Oh.
that song's
No.
out yet. Not
Stop
for another few
Me
years.
now.
Oh,
Again, it's probably some like. There's
No,
gotta be.
It's Freddie Mercury totally bursts out with "Don't stop me now."
Cause I'm in it. Or yeah, so like as you pushed the drink over, it was tonight I'm gonna. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So this guy just also needs his speed adding. And I should drag this average human onto the map so I can actually roll this average human's speed. This is not an average human.
No.
We would be disappointed if it was.
Yeah, the name is
Isn't
a misnomer.
isn't the average for human on GURPS just 10 on all stats?
Yes, this is an average gangster super strength metahuman.
That makes much more sense.
What's your DX, Sigrid?
14.
14. Alright, so let's just say that were his turn, and he did that. And it's now your turn. You're prone and stunned. Roll HT. You're almost definitely going to recover from stun.
Go for the nut shot.
So, Audrey, Sigrid just got laid out.
Oh,
Audrey will stand up and say to the guy, "You better hope she doesn't get up."
Matthias. Fight breaking out.
Spend a good second looking around at stuff that's around.
Oh yeah, there's eyes darting around. We go good. If this were an anime, we'd get a whole episode of Matthias choosing his weapon. And then the next episode would be...
I choose the AK-47 hidden above the ceiling tile.
That's a really good prediction. But it's actually a shotgun behind the bar. But I'm not sure if you'd spot that. I think I'd need some kind of cosmic roll. You probably would, though.
Yeah, like some sort of serendipity.
Yeah, exactly like something like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Luck-based characters. They're always so much fun.
But no, that won't happen because that's escalating the fight.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a bit much for an escalation.
Full queue.
Pool cue.
Mutter an escalation.
Definitely a pool cue. Bar stools. Beer bottles. Vodka bottles. Whiskey bottles. Cider bottles. But spending a good second looking around. Lily, you are the drunkest of everyone. I'd say you're at a -2 to DX and IQ right now.
I'm finishing my
self-control.
drink. I'm downing it. I don't know how long that's gonna take. Probably have like 3/4 of a or 1/3 of a Long Island iced tea left. So at least a few seconds.
Gloop, gloop. So he's just stood there. He cracks his knuckles. Sigrid.
Uh,
Not tap. Not tap. Not tap.
So yeah, it was crushing to the face, which I believe is 1 times damage. So don't forget to track your healing.
I absolutely am tracking my healing.
Cool.
I'm gonna like, I guess just sit up this round.
Wipe your nose.
Yeah, like just sit up and like start cackling while I wipe my nose.
It's more like you wipe your left eye, which is just a blood fountain coming down from your eyebrow where he cut it open. But it's
Okay,
like
so yeah, just wipe the blood out of my eye and start laughing.
more blood just rolling down your face. Audrey.
Audrey is going to also attempt to finish her drink before the fight starts.
Matthias.
Yeah, just watch. No. Hope that it doesn't escalate, and if it does, then grab one of the interesting things.
I don't know if you wanted to, Luke, but Phil and Dan and those guys are here too.
Oh, they are. Yeah, Phil's probably already out of his seat. The camel pack straw is in his mouth.
It smells.
And also in his mouth is a lit joint. So it's like the joint at one
I don't know
corner.
what his speed is, but you might want to throw him on there.
It's fairly fast. I'll do him around Matthias's turn going forward. Lily's still drinking. Roll me HT or carousing, please.
Forgot carousing's a skill. I need to take that.
I just saw a whisper from Audrey. That's hilarious. And yeah, so you're like, oh, it's going down side of your face.
She's just hammed at this point.
Oh, she is so drunk.
He takes a step back and he says, "Come at me, bro."
Wow, the most broy of Yakuza ever.
Right. He lives in Nirvana, and he has for a good, 20 years.
So it's more like, come at me, Aniki?
Yeah, that's it. Come at me, Aniki. I love this guy. Please
I'll
don't
just finish standing up and
Please
just
don't
look at him and smile.
kill him because I love him. Fallen in love with the generic NPC. Don't kill him.
It's going to be great.
So Audrey, I imagine you get a nod from the person behind the bar who immediately puts a tray down on it.
I was going to say, Audrey holds her, what kind of drinks are we drinking at this point? Probably not shots. She finishes her drink this turn, if that's possible.
Matthias sticks to wine whenever he can.
That sounded like it was being read from a sheet.
Nope.
Disappointing. Yeah, Audrey, I'll let you
Yeah,
finish.
but at this point, she's mostly, waiting for the fight to start. Does the guy seem to have friends?
I'll take an observation, I think.
Sure.
And this is, the culmination of the last few minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Plus the immediate reactions here. Yes, the guy has definitely got friends. One of whom is at the bar, and another one is stood over at like a fruit machine, we call them over here.
Cool.
One-armed bandit. But yeah, he's definitely got two friends who have like taken notice that he's in a fight. But they are just observing. Matthias. Finishing your wine. Last dregs go into your mouth. It's alright. Probably Chilean.
Yeah. No, Alsatian. He's very proud.
Oh wow. Bit dearer here for sure.
Yeah, he won't do much. He doesn't think it's a good idea to grab a weapon and escalate.
Gotcha. And Lily, drink finished finally, along with a little bit of old drink that came back up along with.
Do you need any other rolls not to vomit everywhere?
No, you're good.
Okay.
But
That's later.
Yeah, I might just make you auto fail that as soon as the fight ends.
Audrey, I'm gonna need you to hold my hair.
All right.
Or Helena. Either works.
Lucius.
I'm gonna drink my drink like everybody else before everything goes south.
I see Lucius with a cup of tea on a saucer. Is that wrong?
No, he's probably drinking a beer.
Okay, yeah. You did get a hip flask as a gift from your parents, so I don't know why I saw you with a cup of tea on a saucer.
He, with a hip flask, is gonna fill it with whiskey whenever he can.
I see him with like a really like hipster PBR-esque beer.
So he's coming at you, and he's gonna make an all-out attack. What's your brawling skill, Sigrid, or fighting skill?
15.
Okay, the first one misses, but you realize as the second one comes in to hit you in the stomach that the first one was actually a feint. You're at -1 to dodge it.
Okay.
For anyone wondering,
can
I
I
just used all-out attack double, but used the first attack to perform a feint maneuver, which I
Nice.
beat.
Can
by
I
one.
retreat?
You can add a retreat, but you don't know how much further you'll be able to go after that.
Okay. Well, I mean, next round I need to step in one, so...
Correct.
Alright, so this is... I'm gonna make it... I'm gonna spend that FP, just in case.
Yep, you make it, no problem. And it's your turn.
Alright, yeah, I step back in and... I'm gonna hit him...
He went all out.
Alright, so I will go...
Not dead.
all out, determined...
To the 11?
No.
Come on.
No,
Oh.
all out, strong to the groin, and I'm gonna make it telegraphed as well.
So
You're gonna
that's
pop this guy's testicles.
a +1
So-
net to hit.
+1 nuts to hit.
Wah, wah.
+1 damage or +2 damage or +1 per die, whichever's better.
That was the
I-
damage.
I get 3d6 on that, so I actually get a +3 to that roll.
So that's 11 crushing damage to the groin. That will hurt him a lot if he does not manage to dodge, which he cannot even
He can't.
attempt.
Sigurd's like arm explodes into a bloody mess.
I
and
imagine
it is
it's at least a -5 for a major wound to the groin that's crushing damage for a male. with gonads.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, or at least not in any recognizable state.
They're probably still intact. It's just gonna be in like one of those diaper casts for like a month.
So he is in a ball on the floor now. Audrey.
Oh my god! That's her action.
Matthias.
Stare in shock.
Lily.
Oh!
Lucius. Lucius, you were the last one with liquid in your mouth. You can spit take.
He does a spit take and just like, oh!
Shower of Lucius's beer. So
There's nobody in front.
people paying attention definitely see that one of his pals, shorter guy, about 5'8", 5'9", has pulled out a switchblade and readied it, and the other guy has shook his head and put his drink down and stood up off the bar stool, and the bartender has lined up 6, 7 shot glasses, probably just an even 10, and he's starting to fill them up on the tray that's on the counter. He seems oblivious to this.
Where'd
Sigrid.
you go, Audrey?
Oh, and that guy's on the floor. He's going to try and recover from stun, which he manages, but he's also, just like crying down there. It feels like he's shat his insides into himself. He feels...
Probably smells like it too.
he narrowly avoided shitting himself, thank God. But Sigrid, it's your turn.
I'll just spit on him and ask him if he's had enough.
Audrey.
He said way too much. Stop.
Has Trent just been watching all this as well?
Yeah, he never added himself to the turn order.
He's just watching.
All right, Lily is grabbing the bar, one of her chairs, and starting to float upwards, but can't do all that one maneuver. So she grabs a chair.
Okay, Lucius.
I try to breathe and put the drink down. That's it.
Radio. So he stays laid on his back, but shuffles away from you 1 yard, Sigrid. And he just coughs and says, "You fucking..." His friend with a knife is gonna push his way forward and take a full move maneuver across the bar in your direction. He is still a good 2 yards away from you at the end of his turn. And the other friend has just stood up from his bar stool and he is reaching into a bag that he had at his feet. Sigrid, it's your turn.
I will... I'm gonna all-out defense dodge.
Rightio. I wonder if I should just drag us to a very quick, basic map.
I mean, at this point, it might be a good idea. Oh, you're gonna have to re-roll thingies.
We could just put ourselves somewhere on. It doesn't matter at this point.
No, yes. Let's just do it on the main map. All I need to do is draw a box.
And then another box that has...
That might not be a
Bar
good
with-
idea considering the whatchamajigget.
The
These are all tiles.
I'm just gonna do it on objects and tokens layer.
Okay.
Draw shape, box. That's a tiny box. That's the bar you're in. Good luck. Oh, that's not gonna work.
We don't
Is
know
it?
where this is.
Near the everything. It didn't work. I'm starting again. I'm sorry.
We could just imagination this.
I mean, yeah, Imagination Land is totally working.
All
It's
right,
a bar fight.
continue.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally having a bar fight. So yes, all out defense dodge.
Roger. Audrey.
Yeah, take a step back from where he's headed, and
Yep.
same, all defense.
Matthias, someone is running over or pushing through a few people and stepping fast over with a knife in his hand.
Which skill would be best for grabbing a knife out of someone's hand? Which of the martial arts skills?
Judo?
Disarm?
Judo or wrestling?
Looking up disarm in martial arts.
Right.
Any unarmed combat skill. Okay.
Other than that, getting out of your chair, if you were sat, you could easily have just been stood. It's a busy bar.
Stood, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go judo
All right.
and move towards him, but not all the way.
Yeah, you could. No, you because he's not directly in front of you. So yeah, maneuver. Lily, you've got a chair. You say you're going straight up to the ceiling.
Yeah, how high up is it?
Not super high. I mean, people would still struggle to reach you if you were horizontal, pressed up against it.
Oh, I'm just getting ready to do my one combat skill, which is dropping.
Yeah, you can manage that.
So I'm basically going up, and then I don't have a chance to aim this turn, but I'm going to start aiming for someone.
I mean, it's not even gonna be 2 yards between you and.
I know, but it's going to be a distraction if anything happens. Like, all of a sudden, just chair from above.
Lucius.
And she's drunk. She's not thinking right.
Ever?
Muted. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm gonna start going into my shadow. I'm not sure remembering how many turns is that gonna take me.
I can't remember if you had it set up so you could do it instantly.
Let me check.
I'll double check
Do
as
you
well.
have any slow pardon? Just a 15-second cooldown after I come out. I can bring items up to up to medium weight. Nothing about
No.
timing though.
Yeah, so long as you've not been in it in the last 15 seconds, you can enter it in 1 second.
Yep. So as we are like in a very shadowy place, I just start to blend into the ground.
So this guy is now going to make an all-out attack double with the knife, moving half his move forward and slashing twice at you, Sigrid. Going shoot, both potentially hitting you.
All right, so all out defense dodge grants me
+2 to the dodge.
+2.
To both, I imagine.
Oh, right, combat defense. Jesus. And I can get a retreat because I moved forward again.
Mm-hmm. You can go directly back to where you just were. And you'll get the retreat bonus against the other one too.
Oh, right.
We probably should incorporate a net -1 modifier for every dodge beyond the first.
No, Oh.
Yeah.
didn't really matter, but
But
you're
it doesn't
correct.
matter in this case. And the other one has pulled something out of his bag that looks a bit like a gun. A pistol.
Oh,
Cigarette.
our first weapon for collection.
I want to step in and grab him.
The knife guy.
Yeah.
Yep, DX or wrestling or judo or sumo wrestling. He's going to try and dodge and
He
retreat.
can't.
He cannot because he went all out. You grab him successfully. You were just grabbing his torso with both hands.
Yes.
Roydio. Next time, you do need to hit location penalties are halved for a grapple.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Then in that case,
I'll allow it
Can
this
I
time to switch to something else.
Yeah. can I grab him by the wrist?
Yeah, both hands around like one forearm.
Yeah, like his knife blade,
Oh yeah.
knife hand, one of them, I guess.
Cool.
It would be -5 to get the knife instead, but -4 for a hand, which gets halved to -2.
Much
Well,
easier.
no, you know what? Actually, I just want to grab him by the torso because my end goal is to use him as a shield.
Very well. It's like, oh, he's got one of the boomsticks. If I put something between me and it. Audrey.
Yes.
Audrey's going to say at the guy that pulled out the boomstick, "Don't." And I'm going to make an intimidation check, but the ultimate goal is to draw his attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine he gets a large bonus, given that he has a gun and I don't.
You've definitely given him pause for thought, and you've definitely got his attention. Matthias.
Okay, let's go and try to let's grab the gun from the guy. Because he just looked away from me, right?
Yeah, he looked away from you and Sigrid.
Yep. All out determined telegraphed for the gun for a +8 to counteract that -5 for a +3 net.
Would you look at that?
Nice.
Should I try my luck and reroll?
If you really wanted to, I'd allow it, but roll 3d6 for the crit, although I'm not sure if there is anything particularly...
Potentially try your luck on that 3d6 for the crit.
The knife takes a major wound, or that's nothing actually. 10
Yeah.
is nothing, isn't it?
You went disarming, right?
Yeah, disarming.
Yeah, so you knock the weapon out of his hand. Does this mean you gain it? You critted. You've taken it. It's yours. It's in your hand. So, yeah. And it's not a gun. It's too light, but it's clearly a projectile taser with a little, like, black and yellow striped panel on the
You
front.
just got your Saturnalia gift for Audrey.
Lily.
I'm gonna aim at distracted dude. Actually, no, screw it. She's drunk. She's just gonna go for it. Dropping skill. What am I at? -2?
Yeah. For being drunk, and that's legit it. You could go all out if you want for +1 on a ranged attack, +2.
Nah, just straight up and just dropping it like falls next to him.
Yeah, a chair just like lands behind you both.
Which is similarly distracting, I'm sure.
And then she yells, "Take that!"
Lucius.
I'm gonna. Well, the guy with the gun is controlled. What about the other?
Also controlled.
Sigrid's holding him. She's grabbed him by the torso, but he has got a knife in his hand. It'd be pretty easy for him to just start stabbing her in the side, you reckon?
No. You said that the guy that Sigrid is fighting
Oh,
had two friends. One had a gun, and the other one.
yeah, that's the one with the knife that Sigrid's fighting. But
Oh.
the one with the brass knuckles is now back on his feet and still slightly hunched over, but looking very angry.
Could I try to help Sigrid by taking away the? No, never mind. I'm gonna start heading towards the guy with the brass knuckles and just shadow him.
All right. Yep, you can get like directly underneath him in your turn.
I'm just gonna move.
So let's start with guy who just had his gun taken off him.
Taser.
Taser. Yep. He's gonna look shocked for a second, but he's gonna step back and take an all-out defense. Secret. The one who is grappled by Sigrid but has a knife in his hand, he's going to make an all-out attack double with the knife. Both of these will be at -4 from being grappled, but they're just to the torso, and both fail. That sucks. And the one who you got in the balls is going to come and make an all-out attack at your skull. Determined. Potentially.
Wait, isn't Balls guy Breast Knuckles guy?
Yeah.
Use the other dude as a shield.
Yeah. Is this guy defense bonus 3?
I'll give you a defense bonus of 0. I'm not sure what the rules are for using a person as a shield.
Perhaps just.
It's in action, probably. One of the actions. I know it exists somewhere. But I'll take maybe half DX +3 to like grapple dodge, grapple parry. So you'd be rolling.
To use him as a shield, he has to weight less than your basic lift.
Aha. So this was a shorter guy. He probably weighs about 190 pounds, 150 to 190 pounds.
Okay, so basic lift
Big guy.
is 45. Simple lift.
And they've got to be less than basic lift to use them as a shield.
Yeah,
it has to be-
what's basic lift? How do you determine basic lift?
5 times strength.
15 times 5. No.
Wait, no, isn't it?
No, it's strength squared divided by 5.
There we go.
Oh,
It's also called Simple Lift, isn't it? That's what that one is. On the
Yes.
sheet they call it Simple, but it's Basic Lift.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so no, I cannot use him as a shield.
But I feel like you could. No, it'd still just be a dodge. Never mind.
Use them as an obstacle, but I don't think it would work well against a melee opponent, other than just make it more difficult to hit.
The jukebox turned all jazzy. It skipped when the chair landed on it. And it went from Queen to that.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what was the other defense you gave me? What-
I think you
Like
can
dodge?
dodge, yeah. You can dodge,
Okay.
or you can dodge and retreat, but you'd have to let go of this guy.
I will.
I don't know if the dodge is at -4 from being grappled. Active defense modifiers.
It'd be -2 because DX is at -4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then in that case, I will take the dodge and retreat, and I will FP it.
All right. You make it. And it's your
So I
turn.
let knife guy go.
You let knife guy go, but they're defenseless in front of you right now.
I guess I'll all out determined big guy in the throat. So actually neck -5. You know what? I'll just telegraph it.
All right.
And look, you need to add fellow turn order because you keep forgetting him.
Oh, this is true. Although, to be fair, I don't much enjoy bringing NPCs into fights when there's so many of you all that have got it handled easily.
Okay. That's fine. Then
So
he's
he-
just sitting back and watching.
Yeah, he probably stood up with his joint and camel pack, lit his fists on fire, and then we're like, you know what? No.
So 15 to the neck.
1.5 times for crushing. This was knife guy or knuckles?
Big guy.
Big guy with the knuckles. He is down. You've knocked him out cold for sure again, and he's
Hey,
not.
he could have stayed down. That second one was all his fault.
It really were. Audrey.
She's gonna turn and pay the bartender.
As he places at your table 10 shots on a tray. Sambuca. Matthias.
So the guy's doing all out defense. Matthias is going to put the gun in his coat pocket.
Radio. Lily.
I'm gonna prepare a loogie. I don't know if this is a 2-round thing or a 1-round thing.
Just a 1 round, I think, that you can.
And I'm gonna spit on that guy like a, and it's a nose one, like a.
2 rounds, then, if you want to prepare it real good, like.
Yes, I would like to prepare it real good.
And you want to drip it on him, so maybe 3 rounds.
Okay.
Nice and long and dangling. Lucius.
I know, just 2, but you know, it's still getting dropped.
Yeah. It's a not a bleh.
All of them are down then. The guy with the
No.
gun, the guy with the press, and the
This-
guy with the knife.
There's still a guy with a knife, and the guy with the gun is up, but he's not got the gun.
Oh,
The guy without a gun.
The guy without a
Can I
gun.
try to pick up the knife with judo?
The knife is in the guy's hand.
Yeah, can I
Knife-
try to get it off his hand with
Oh.
judo?
Yeah, it'd be -5, judo -5 to disarm him.
Okay, I'll try to come out of the shadows and if I do all out, do I get a +2?
Ooh, it's been less than
No,
15
you-
seconds since you
plus
went in,
4.
so you can't come out.
No. My cooldown is when I come out, I cannot go in
Okay.
until 15 seconds.
So you can come out immediately, though.
So
I
it's like
can,
a shadow.
I cannot get out. Yes, it's like a one-way ticket.
You were shadowing the big guy, so you're right next to him. You could do it.
Okay, so I can go all out for a +2, right? That will make it -3.
Why do, as with every time you go all out determined, it would be a +4 to hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
+4.
+4 to hit. Oh,
So
even
you get
okay.
-1 total.
-1 total.
And you could telegraph it as I did earlier this fight
Yeah.
for another
Oh.
+4.
Well, looks like
I
there's
forgot the telegraph, but that would be enough, I hope.
Yeah, you bash his hand and the knife goes skidding out of it and lands on the floor, slides away. So they're all disarmed now. The one who just took all out defense, who had his gun took off him, immediately runs over and grabs his bag that were next to the bar. He is, 5 yards away, next to the bar. Oh, the one who got punched in the neck is staying down involuntarily, and the one who had his knife took off him turns and runs straight for the door. He is at the door with his hand on the handle. Audrey. The bartender takes the money out of your hand.
or the ticket.
Excellent.
The ticket, the bartender takes the 10 or the 2 drink tickets for 10 shots out of your hand. It's a deal they have.
Excellent. That's her action. She's pretty comfortable how things are going.
Matthias. That guy.
Did we skip Sigurd?
Oh, did we skip Sigrid? We may have done.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
yes,
did.
Yeah, I
we
think
did.
so.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Sigrid. So,
Okay, so there's the gun guy and the knife guy.
Gun
The
guy on
knife guy's
floor.
at the door.
knife guy had knife knocked out of his hand and has ran to the door. Gun guy has ran to the bar. Door is closer to you.
I'm gonna go tackle the knife guy.
Rightio, that'd be a slam. Roll against DX to hit.
Sigrid, use tackle attack.
It was super effective.
Oh, really?
Spoke
Oh.
too soon, ever.
She
So
got
I
herself
ducks,
into
she
confusion.
flies out the door.
I hit something that isn't that dude.
This is kind of perfect. Roll the crit miss table for me, though. 3d6. Unarmed.
Slips on
critical
that guy's
miss.
spit from when he was crying so hard when he got hit in the junk.
Oh, yeah, it's just all his snot and shattered pubis. You trip. Make a DX
So-
roll to avoid falling down. And it's -4 if kicking, or twice usual DX penalty for it. So you make it, you're fine. But as you're about to hit him, you trip, miss slightly, and instead of hitting the door, it actually opens rather violently into your face. Because someone on the other side has kicked it very hard. I'm not going to give you any damage, but it definitely, like, bonk.
Okay.
And now it's Matthias, and you can see that the door has been kicked open by 2 people in official Nirvana uniforms, but also wearing helmets and visors.
They got here in like 10 seconds, less than
Wow.
10 seconds.
It does seem that way, yeah.
That was fast.
Okay, Matthias is going to walk back into the crowd.
Lily?
The gun guy or taser guy's getting a loogie. Please just let me hit him.
Yeah, you spit right on top of his head.
Just bah!
Yeah, you see it, like, his hair gets a big, slick, gross, greeny, wet patch, and you sicked up in your mouth a bit earlier, and you could think you could see a chunk of, like, sushi rice.
Oh,
Lucius?
worst.
I light up a cigarette and I just point towards the knife as the people with the clear police intent are pushing in.
So these people with clear police intent do, in fact, push the way right past the guy who was stood by the door. He slips past him into the hallway, and they march right towards Trent, both of them. They seem to be ignoring the situation that seemed so obvious to the rest of you a second ago. Sigrid, you just got bashed in face in door, and these people ran past you. Guy you're chasing ran out the door, though.
Get him. Get him.
Yeah, I guess get him.
So you go out into the hallway running after that guy.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah. You see him just turn in a corner, like as you finish your move.
Okay.
Audrey.
She'll take a step, not between them and their prey, but like near them at least, and say, "What's the matter, officers?"
And I think we can probably end turn order here unless anyone's about to do something really drastic. Matthias?
What does loogie guy do?
Loogie guy is picking up his bag and touching top of his head. Starting to look up. Matthias, you said you were hiding in the crowd.
Yeah. Matthias is not going to do anything drastic that requires us to stay in turn order.
Okay, and Lily?
I'm just blowing bubbles on my spit and waving at loogie guy.
Alright, so he just... And Lucius also...
I guess if they're not gonna pick up the knife, I'm just gonna ignore it, and I'm just gonna go with my friends with the cigarette at hand.
Okay, so... The guy who you spat on... Fucking... he looks pissed, but he frowns up at you, grabs his bag and starts hurrying towards the door. And kind of the music stops, the lights turn on, and everyone is looking over at the situation. Where these 2 super beefy people in visors, helmets, armor, Nirvana colours, patches on their arms, stand either side of Trent and just say, "Trent Brightmore?"
Sipping my drink.
One of them looks at the other and mutters, like, "It's him." He says, "Trent Brightmore, you are under arrest on suspicion of terror offences, possession and misuse of a deadly firearm, and a litany of others. Anything you say may be used against you. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to representation. There are a bunch of other rights that you have. Here is a booklet. Here is a cup of tea.
Uh,
Please
I
come
guess-
with us immediately.
I
Lucius
look at
can-
my watch. What is Lucius doing?
Oh, at this point, Lucius is just face palming, and instead of saying out for not being cold, anything weird, he's just gonna think, "God damn it, they got the wrong guy. He's white."
He's blue.
Blue?
They got exactly the guy they need.
Remember?
The blue guy done it.
Really? I thought. Oh, sorry. I must be remembering wrong. I thought he was.
Oh, you mean the person who
human.
injected? No,
No. The one with the firearm possession. The one with the grenade launcher.
That's true. That was a white guy.
Yep.
But they're arresting a blue. Okay, no, I see what you were saying. I got confused.
I float down, grab the knife, float over to the table, take a shot, and go, well, ain't that a bitch?
They don't notice you as they're escorting Trent out.
Bye, Trent.
Do you go with him freely, Trent?
Yeah.
They
But
don't.
first I look at my watch.
Yeah, it is like maybe
How-
2:30 a.m.
Also, it took them like almost a day.
It really did take them almost a day to come and arrest you.
Oh crap, Sigrid. Audrey heads out the door.
Oh, crap, the
Oh.
drinks. Slam, 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 slam.
Nice.
Oh crap, indeed.
Oh, shit, Red.
So Sigrid, he's pretty wily.
So is Sigrid.
Lucius gonna fill his flask with.
Speed of 10, DX 14. Or speed of 7, DX 14.
Yeah, you can keep up with this guy, and you will eventually catch him up, like in a grotty hallway. You know, like cockroaches scurrying out of the way as you tackle him to the ground. A tooth gets spat out of his face as it's pushed into the concrete. What are you doing with him?
I think I just punch him once and then leave.
Punch him once. He like goes out cold. Stand up and dust your hands off, and Audrey's jogging up behind you.
Are you done?
That was a good run. Ugh, big
Come on.
stretch. I am tired.
Come on, there's drinks waiting for us. We'll get some pretzels.
What is pretzel?
I love how Trent gets arrested and we're all like, see you, man.
Sigrid has no idea he got arrested.
Sigrid doesn't know what that is.
No.
Well, that and Sigrid was out the door before that happened.
Best way to explain this to Sigrid is probably Trent's been taken as a slave by the state.
Yes.
So
Or at
does that
least-
happen very often? Once we get back.
Everyone's kind of... The lights are still on and there's no music back on in the bar.
Oh, that sucks.
The drag owner is like, closing early. Everyone please leave.
Sigrid will do her shot and just be like, is it like this all the time on this island? I think it might be Valhalla.
Go on, Eva.
Oh, he just fills his flask before they leave. But
Radio.
I
He just
drank
reaches
6 of
behind the
those.
bar, grabs a bottle, and
What was that, Lily?
I drank 6 of those.
It's just...
oh my god.
Wait, what?
I think Lily's going for alcohol poisoning.
And then Lily throws up all over the table.
Yeah.
And the owner just points at you all and says, don't you lot fucking come back. Ever. ever.
Got us thrown out. Come on. They sort of drag you by a leg or something.
Oh my
It
god,
doesn't take
Dan
much.
is
I weigh
pissed.
literally nothing.
Wait. Look, behind us, is there not another person also named Emmerich? He's the one kicked out?
Oh no, Dan probably, as soon as this happened, probably separated himself clearly from us.
Yeah, and as soon as the police opened in the door, they were just like
Phil
a
was
cloud of
gone.
smoke in shape of Phil and meep. Police.
And
We're getting
perhaps right around with everyone leaving is a good time to
end correct.
end it.
Yep.
So thanks very much for watching. We're the Kobold Cafe. This has been Upsilon Transcending. I am Luke, the GM. With us today, we had Z Warrior, Terrorist,
Hey, I'm the Warrior. I'm the blue terrorist.
Did you do it,
Yes, I-
Z?
Hmm? No, you have no idea.
You already heard his secret plans getting discussed amongst themselves. We also had James.
Hey, I'm James. I play Sigrid, the crazy Viking girl,
Menace.
Encino girl.
Gonna have to slap some antisocial behavior orders on you. We've, although no one really knows that fight even happened. They were here for Trent and they got him and they left.
It's true.
We had Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I played Matthias. Matthias tried not to escalate things with the fight. He succeeded.
You also acquired an illegal object.
Yeah, that's why he didn't really want to go over and see what Trent's issue was.
Excuse me,
Good
officers.
call. I just found this.
Sure you did. Come along with us now, Sonny. And then bat and bash. Who's next? We had Everoth.
Hey, I was Sephiroth, and I was playing for you Lucius. Just another nerd for the bunch.
Just another
He
nerd.
still is Everoth too.
You still are Everoth.
Yes.
You'll never stop playing Everoth, I'm afraid. Or will you ever begin to truly? We had Terra.
Hey, I'm Tara. I play Lily, who is a heck of a week to start because she is super drunk during this time of year.
Oh yeah.
And what do you have over there, Lily? I got a knife.
No! Hopefully Colin will be back with us next week, but last but not least, we had Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee. I play Audrey, and she is realizing that these are great drinking buddies. Like, it's gonna be a fun night.
Oh yeah. You could have been having a lot more fun in Nirvana for the past 3 months than you have been.
Well, I mean, she's been working really hard at school.
I'm sure that's what you've been writing to your parents.
Yes, definitely.
We're the Kobold Cafe. You can catch us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Kobold Cafe, thekoboldcafe.com. We should be here Sunday with Dark Visions, and we'll be back again on Friday next week with more of this. Thanks for watching. Say bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone.